Mr. O'Brien, transport directly to the bridge.
Aye, sir. Energizing.
Security team to the bridge.
Belay that order, Lieutenant.
I just wanted to thank you all for your support. It's been fun.
From the StreamYard Studios on YouTube, this is Jeopnerdy. And here's your host, John DeMarco.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Jeopardy! We're glad you're here, and with us, as always, is our co-host, Professor Brainy Specs.
Hello, John. It's good to be here. It's good to see you.
Yep, good to see you as well. And
Welcome,
good to
everyone.
good to see everyone in the chat. I want to say hello to Patrick. He was in here first, it looked like. Glad to see you. Greetings also to Omni. He's here for the darts tournament, so we might be getting to that in a few minutes. Greetings also to Mercer. And I'm sure Normal is watching as well. Greetings. Hello also to Gap After Dark. Nice of you to drop by. Hello to the King. Thank you for your kind words and glad you're here. Hello, Trickmaster Mike, who is our current returning champion. Glad you made it. Hello also to Brad Wolf. Good to see you as well. Which I believe brings us up to speed in the chat. And with that said, let's bring up our first three contestants for round one. Instead of us, hello first to Mike, our returning champion, who will be challenged in the first round by Patrick and Thomas.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hello.
Hello. How is everybody doing?
Just want everyone to know that I figured out how to turn my model tractor beam into a repulsor beam today.
Fascinating.
I would like to spin the wheel, please.
Wrong show.
Or,
There's the first rigged.
as Admiral Brains would say, wrong franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you all doing?
A little bit tired.
Me too. I worked hard today.
That I didn't do.
Had a job interview today, visited my grandparents today, ordered some new furniture for the apartment yesterday. Been a productive weekend.
Wow. Sounds like it.
You put out some reviews this week. Those were good too.
I did. I'll probably be recording and putting out the Naked Now one tomorrow.
Awesome.
Nice. I enjoyed Farpoint and Encounter.
I too enjoyed it. It was a good episode. It was a lot better than I remembered.
Yeah, it is good points. But I enjoyed your review.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thomas, how's it going?
Who?
It is the name on your avatar.
Just another day.
Okay. Well, are you all ready to play?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Thomas?
Sure.
Sure. All right. Let's play Jeopnerdy.
That's a professional show starting in 3 minutes.
I know, right?
Our first category for this round will be about substances.
How unexpected.
Next, we have Dark Space 9, Seasons 3 and 4. And this one, I'll be asking you to identify an episode.
Okay.
I enjoyed that title.
Oh,
John.
thank you. For our visual category, we have Cats, I'm going to want you to name the cat in the picture.
Oh, shoot.
Next,
No.
middle names. I provide the middle name, you provide the name of the character. And then finally, we have real world ships.
All right. Mike, you are the returning champion. That means you get to go first.
I would like to begin with L Substances 600, please.
This medication could make someone well enough to travel if they were suffering from a Vulcan mind melt.
What is Lexerin?
That's correct.
Wow.
Very good.
Great start.
Sure, it's not a laxative.
I don't think so.
Patrick, it's your first turn. Welcome.
Thank you. Let's try a middle name for 800.
Frederick.
I know this one. Frederick. Who is Paxton?
That's correct.
John Paxton, yes.
Well
Excellent.
done.
Excellent first name.
Indeed.
And Thomas.
Real world ships for 1,000.
All right, you got it.
This real-life aircraft carrier played the Enterprise in Star Trek 4.
Oh my goodness, I knew this one, but what is the Farragut?
Unfortunately, that is incorrect.
Mike.
Rigged.
I should know this, but I don't. Pass.
All right. Patrick.
We all should know this.
Yeah.
John probably does.
Oh. No, pass. Was it
It
the Endeavor?
It was the Ranger.
Oh, the Ranger. Yeah,
Luckily, I didn't go there.
that's a stupid question.
Indeed.
Wow.
All right, Mike, it's back to you.
Let's try L Substances 800, please.
The agent impersonating Raymond Boone ran a mining operation for this substance which Cardassians used in their warp drives.
I do not know. Pass.
Patrick.
Yeah. No, nothing coming to mind with L. Pass.
Thomas.
Pretty sure it's not Linux, but pass.
No, it's not Linux. It is Ladarium.
Damn.
Close enough.
How dare them?
Okay.
Patrick.
Let's go with another middle name. Or well, let's get the 1,000 out of the way.
Danielle.
Danielle. Who was Cassidy Yates?
That's correct.
Oh.
Excellent.
Hard one. I know it's 1,000, but
Omni's having some problems tonight. Thomas.
Only tonight.
shots fired.
Well, you know.
Cats for 200. Who was Spot?
Right.
Very good.
Is it not Spot's evil twin?
Mike.
Let's go to Dart Space 9600, please.
You got it.
Trust me, Quark. Darts and bars go together like bacon and eggs.
Oh, oh God. What is visionary?
Well
That's
done.
correct.
Yes. Okay.
Very good. Welcome Tokyo to the chat. He's
Hey,
got a
Tokyo.
question.
My turn again.
Indeed. Yes, it is, Patrick.
Let's try a cat for 400.
All right. 400.
Dude. Should know that one. Oh, what was her name? Come on, sympathetic think. Was not Neelix. No pass. I'm gonna shoot myself.
Thomas.
Neelix.
No.
Pass.
Mike.
Pass.
Wow, no one got.
ISIS.
ISIS, yes.
Yeah, I thought that would be easy. It would have
Ah.
Hail, Erevik. Welcome.
Greetings.
And Thomas, back to you.
Real world ships for 200.
With a fine sense of historical irony, Dr. McCoy suggested naming the captured bird of prey after this vessel.
HMS Bounty.
Very good.
Braze.
What is
There you go.
it?
Well, what was it?
I don't know. I saw it yesterday.
Yesterday.
Mike, back to you.
Let's do real world ships 400.
Picard pointed out that Admiral Nelson toured this ship before Trafalgar, but Guinan reminded him that Nelson never returned from that battle.
What is the HMS Victory?
Very good.
Yes, but the battle was won.
Exactly.
I expect this battle to be won. Omni does too. He wagered heavily in the ship's pool.
Patrick, you have control.
I have control. Let's go with the middle name for 600 then.
Subatoy.
Oh. Ha 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 ha. Subatoy, who is Dr. Bashir.
That's right.
Of course. Julian.
Don't you mean Jules?
Jules. Yeah, Jules is a nickname. Augment Bashir.
Thomas.
Real ships for 800.
This was a passenger liner from the late 20th and early 21st centuries, which was commended by Ralph Offenhouse as an efficient operation.
Pass.
Mike.
What is the QE2?
That's correct.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You got a tight game
Now
going
that's
here.
an efficient operation. What?
Mike, you can take the lead here.
Let's finish off real world ships, please.
That's hard to say.
Paris was inspired by this ancient steamship to come up with the idea for transverse bulkheads.
I believe. What is the Titanic?
That is correct.
Yep.
If I recall,
Titanic.
it sank.
I was just gonna say, as I recall, it sank.
Very good. You have the lead, Mike, but it's Patrick's turn.
Let's try a Deep Space Nine for 800 seasons. Dark Space
Dark
Nine. Dark Space Nine.
For how much?
800.
800. You got it.
Maybe Morn's better in the cockpit of a Spitfire than he is at darts.
Oh, crap. Yeah. Shoot. Nope, it's not coming to me. Pass. Sorry.
Thomas.
Pass.
Mike?
I have a guess, but I'm not sure enough to risk it. Pass.
That's from
Yep.
Ascent.
Yep. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure enough to risk it. Oh well.
I was
All right, Tom.
contemplating
Sorry.
that one.
Cats
Thomas,
for
your turn.
1,000.
You got it.
4,000.
Who is Patches?
Nicely done.
Matches.
Very good. And Mike, it is your turn. You have a slight lead.
Where's the daily double? Where did you guys put it? Let's do.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah. Let's do. Let's do cat 600.
Oh,
Who is Neelix?
That's right.
Neelix.
There's your Neelix.
Right to eat our guest food. If you're hungry, just say so.
And Patrick.
Let's try middle names 400.
That's Admiral Patrick to you, Jeff.
No.
Lafayette.
Who is Captain or Commander Benjamin Sisko?
That's right.
Very good. Thomas.
Cats for 800.
Ah!
There's the daily double. All right, Thomas.
Knew it.
You are quite a bit back of the leader.
Oh, really?
4,600 points off the lead. You have 1,800 points, but you can bet up to 2,000.
800.
800. All right, here we go.
You know this one. Come on.
Who is Omni?
I'm afraid not. That was Chester.
Sir.
That was
Good
close.
old Chester.
Well, they are both associated with evil organizations.
Ooh, wow.
Huh.
Shots fired. Mike.
Our shields are down.
Well, let's do L substances for 1,000. Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
With the crew of the Enterprise shrinking, the full-size version of this, used for bone knitting, had to be replaced by the miniaturized version designed for healing the middle ear.
Pass. I don't know.
Patrick.
Darn.
I know, right?
I'm not looking at pass.
Thomas.
I know the episode.
Pass.
The counter clock incident.
That would have been a laser.
Just laser. God.
What?
Language.
I'm. What episode was that?
That was from the Territon incident from the animated series.
Oh, that would be why I was like, Enterprise shrinking. What? Okay, that explains it.
Oh, there's challenge in it.
Hmm.
I was even misremembering. I thought it was the counterclock incident. Whoops, my bad. But they didn't think there. No. Yeah. Lasers.
Patrick,
Yes.
it's your turn. You can take the lead.
Yeah, let's try the Dark Space 4000.
I guess I'm just in the zone today. In the zone? The feeling that I can't lose, that I can put the dart exactly where I want it.
What is Shakar? Or who is Shakar? No, what is?
That's correct.
It's an episode name, so what is?
Either would work. Still in
some
the form of a question. That's all it needs to be. Thomas.
Middle names for 200.
Tiberius.
How is Captain Kirk?
He's great.
He's excellent.
Very good, Thomas. Mike.
L400.
After the Enterprise was damaged by an attempt to cross the galactic barrier, Spock suggested a trip to Delta Vega, which was home to an unmanned cracking station for this element.
Pass.
Patrick.
What is lithium?
That's correct.
Just without the dye.
I'm for it.
And Patrick, it's your turn.
Dark Space 400.
You solids, you're so impatient. I thought we could sit here for a while. Maybe go to a bar, have a pint, throw some darts.
Mm-hmm. What is Paradise Lost?
That's right.
Fake O'Brien.
Excellent. Thomas.
L for 200.
Got it.
This valuable substance was pressed into bars to be used as currency.
What is Latinum?
That's correct.
I was looking for an LDS one, but okay.
That's good.
All right, Mike, you get the final clue. Dark Space 9, seasons 3 and 4. 200.
It's like poker, but with pointed tips. All right, think of it as target practice.
What is Way of the Warrior?
That's correct.
Nicely done. All right, putting in the private chat the link for Cosmo Buzz. There it goes. There it is. Let's head to Final Jeopnerdy and consider how much you'd like to wager based upon this category.
Paradoxes.
They give me a headache.
My advice in trying to make sense of them is simple. Don't even try. Well, temporal ones.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Did you get my bet, Jeff?
Do I want to lock it in? Do I want to lock it in? Do I want to lock it in? Yeah.
Oh, oops. I didn't mean to buzz. I'm sorry.
Actually, we prefer that you do buzz. That way I know that you have locked in your amount.
Okay. Well, there we go.
So you're good. Okay. All right. Let's reveal our clue.
When Paris asked for advice on this topic, Tuvok suggested that he should anticipate paradox.
Players, you have 30 seconds. Kapla! responses into the board.
That's an excellent final Jeopnerdy. Damn.
And let's reveal who the winner is.
It's Omni.
Thomas.
Accurate.
He's not playing. Thomas, we're in third place with 1,800 points. What was your response to the clue?
It is playing Jeopardy. That is incorrect, I'm afraid.
1799.
I don't know what that is. How much was your wager? Bet it all?
Oof.
So you're down to 0.
Thomas,
Sorry.
normally you leave
Sorry,
one.
Thomas.
What did you do?
I never do that. No, I try to get my total for the whole time down to 1.
Oh, okay.
And I failed that because I didn't leave with a negative.
Mike, you were in second place with 6,800 points. Your response was?
The children, very good. Close enough, pretty much.
Okay. And what was your wager? You bet it all. 6,800 points. You need 13,600 points. Let's see if that's going to be enough for you. Patrick, you had the lead at 8,800 points. What was your response?
Offspring, a child. Yep, that would be it.
Okay, very good. And your bet was?
Only 800.
Take you to 9,600 points. Pretty good score, but Mike is the champion.
Well done, Mike.
Nicely done.
Well done.
I had to. I don't know. I haven't played with you guys enough to know how everybody wagers in final. I was like, you know what? If he goes, you wager more than what, 6,000, whatever it was. I can't math. It's like, I don't have a shot. Got to go all in. Force him to go high.
Yep. Yeah. Normally, Omni always calculates so that he will beat you by 1 point. I try to do that. I always fail, so I just go with a safe bet that my overall points increase.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well done. And excellent questions in this first round.
That was
Thank
very
you.
good. Yeah.
Well, I'll leave now so John can play.
Although, I, as somebody pointed out in private chat, I'd like to question whether or not laser is actually an L substance.
Well, a laser is a form of light, so that's why I considered it as a substance.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Didn't even occur to me that I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, wow. A laser. I did not compute for me.
That's generally how I bid in final. If I'm behind, I'm gonna go all in.
Yeah.
Force the other player to go high.
Mm-hmm.
If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. I was behind anyway.
That's
True.
what I did last week. Oh well. You'll know where to find me if you need me.
Thank you. Well, it looks like
Very
this time we have several people waiting backstage already.
Perfect.
Well, thank you for playing, Patrick.
Yep, and thank you,
Good game,
Thomas.
Patrick. Good game, Thomas.
Good game, yeah, okay.
Did you have fun, Thomas? Okay.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Well, hopefully our next contestants will have a little bit more fun than Thomas did, apparently.
Yeah.
Let's greet OmniCast and the Flim Flam Man.
What's up, everybody?
Hello, Omni.
How's it going?
We're good. We're out here.
Nice
I
job
appreciate
on round 1, sir. Very
Thanks.
nicely done.
Thank you.
Very nice work.
I wish I had gone with my gut and said a session, but I wasn't sure enough to guess that one.
You did fine. The end result's what matters.
True.
This is true.
Who is this flim flam man? Who is that?
I don't know.
My
but he's been that ever
magnificence
since we met at
blinds
Farm-
you.
He's been that since we encountered him at Farpoint.
Yeah.
Flim flam.
Blasphemy.
Wow. Just blow out my ears. Flim flam.
Flim flam.
Don't be so angry, Flim Flam. You're always so angry. Welcome, Omni.
Thank you very much. It's good to be
You're
here.
very welcome. Well, are you all ready to play?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Mm.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
See what I have to put up with. Let's play Jeopnerdy.
It's unruly bunch.
I have a guess what the first category is.
Our first category is
M.
M substances.
Oh my god!
Contain your
Who'da guessed?
surprise.
Who would have guessed?
Darts.
Dark Space 9, seasons 5 through 7.
Hmm.
For our visual category is about dogs this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have nicknames,
Okay.
and finally, starships with Borg encounters.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay.
All right, Mike.
Let's
Two-time
do,
returning champion.
let's
Go
do
first.
let's do Borg encounters for 1,000, please.
Work encounters for 1,000. You got it.
One of the personalities manifested by Seven was Ensign Stone, who was serving on this starship when she was assimilated.
Oh god. I can hear. What is the USS Tombaugh?
Very good.
Yes.
The Grumba.
But you have no Grumba.
You have no Tomba.
Awesome start. OmniCast.
Let's do M substances for 1,000, please.
During one of his first away missions, the Doctor visited Arrakis Prime, an enchanting planet with an atmosphere consisting of the vapor form of this element.
I don't remember this one. Pass.
Flim Flam Man.
Hmm. Nope, pass.
Mike.
I believe that's what is magnesium.
That would be correct.
Nice.
Well
Nice.
Nice start. You're nothing but a Flim Flam Man. It's your turn.
Uh,
I don't think you need to be rude, Jeff. I will go with. We'll block Deep Space Nine, seasons 5, Dark Space 9, season 5 through 7, or 1,000.
All right. You got it.
Why would I keep playing darts against someone with a genetically engineered hand-eye coordination? The challenge.
Hmm. Well, we'll just. Should we get? No, we're not gonna get. Well, yeah. No. Yeah. No. Conflicted. Pass.
Mike.
I'll take a stab at it. What is Dr. Bashir, I presume?
That is incorrect.
Oh, that's what I was gonna guess. Thank you.
OmniCast.
what is
OmniCast.
change of heart?
That's the one.
You got it.
For the challenge.
Very good. Mike, it's your turn.
We'll do Borg 800, please.
Based on his experience while in command of this ship, Captain Amosov was of the opinion the Borg are as close to pure evil as any race we've ever encountered.
What is the Endeavor?
That's correct.
Nice. Nicely done. OmniCast net.
Let's do M substances for 800, please.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Mike.
No, you're fine.
The Da Vinci hologram was amazed by a plasma injector conduit with which he could make this element flow in 3 directions at once.
This element. I keep passing this one. I'm going to screw it up. What is mercury?
That would be correct.
Nice.
Good job.
Dangerous category.
Flim Flam Man.
Puppies for 1,000. Oh, what's that stupid dog's name?
What was it?
What was it? What was it?
Stupid dog's name.
Stupid dog. Pass.
Right, Mike.
I don't remember the name of it. Pass.
Omni.
I don't remember the dog's name. I'm trying to think. Pass.
Dog's name is Rilo.
Rilo. No.
Rilo. Wow. Okay.
Her name, but not the dog's name.
And Mike, it's your turn.
I'm going to keep working my way down the Borg category for 600.
Right, you got it.
During the early stages of the Battle of Sector 001, the Defiant and this starship were ordered to fall back to Mobile Position 1.
God. I can hear them saying fall back to mobile position 1. I can't hear what the other ship is. Like, I know the scene. I'd pass.
Omni.
What is the Bozeman?
That's it.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Is this true, Omni?
No, that's not true. Fake news. Thanks, Thomas, though. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for your support as always, brother. Brother.
I didn't think it was true. It is your turn, Omni.
Let's do. I'm not going to M substance. Let's do nicknames for 1,000. Get some traction here.
Birdman.
Birdman. Who's Birdman? Pass.
Flim Flam Man.
Birdman. Sounds like
you.
type thing. Birdman. Pass.
You're the Birdman.
Mike.
Pass.
It was T'Char.
Okay.
Old T'Char Birdman.
Exactly.
I just asked the question, Thomas. That's all I did.
In this room, you
I
do
did.
not ask the questions.
I didn't call anyone by that name. Flim Flam Man.
Yeah, I just want to get on the board, so let's go with Porthos for 200.
Dogs.
Cats.
We don't have a cat's cat.
Gerbils. Gerbils for 200.
Gerbils.
Who is Porthos, I believe.
You believe correctly.
Nicely done.
Good job, Flim Flam.
Good job.
Mike.
M substances 600, please.
The Vulcans weren't sure who had been chasing Clang, since his pursuers were incinerated in an explosion of this, and the farmer's description was vague at best.
I know what episode it is, but I don't know what the substance is. Pass.
Omni.
Making a mistake. What is methane?
That's it.
It's a mistake.
You took the lead, Omni, and it is your turn.
Let's do nicknames for 8.
The Butcher of Bozeman.
Fraser.
Who is Hollander?
Very good.
Eli.
Very nice.
Listen
And
to me.
Flim
Make a
Flam.
mistake.
The only other dolphin I know would be Butler, so let's go with 400.
Dolphin.
I'm sorry, dog. Oh,
Hey,
could be
Okay.
who is Butler, I believe.
That's correct.
How? He's been dead 7 years.
Mike. Back to you.
Nickname 6.
Mr. Leisure Suit.
Ah,
that's funny.
Who is, I believe, who is the doctor?
That's right.
Doctor Who.
Yes.
Omni.
Let's do dogs for 800. Can't even see that. Oh, I don't know. Pass.
Flim Flam Man.
yeah. I thought this was the other dog that we already saw.
Mike.
Pass.
Nika.
Yeah. The old Mika puppy.
All right, Flim Flam Man. It's your turn.
Let's go with BLT or turkey platter for 400 nicknames.
Ensign Eager.
Oh, who is like trick question, but who is? Damn it! Who is? I can't even say it. It offends me so much. Who is Harry Kim?
That's correct.
Why?
You're always angry. Why are you so angry?
Yeah.
Should be cheerful. Be nice. Mike.
Darts 800, please.
Got it. You got the daily double. You're only 600 off the lead. You have 4,800 points. How much of that would you like to wager?
Let's do 1,000.
All right, for 1,000 points.
Sit still, you'll end up with one arm shorter than the other. You do anything to beat me at darts.
Oh, that is. Oh shoot. Oh, that's what is what you leave behind?
That's correct.
Yeah.
It's
That
it's
would be
Kai what
with
you leave behind.
Hi.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
See? You see the board there?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll do better next time. I will learn to do better, sir.
Very good. You got the lead back. Omni, it's your turn. You can retake the lead.
Yeah, let's do dogs for 600. Oh, who is Moira?
Very good.
Moira.
You didn't even have to look it up.
Didn't? Nope. That one I know. Wait. Okay, yeah. Moira. No.
Drink your Mustang Sea Punch.
Flim Flam, it's your turn.
That was funny.
Let's go with ships for 400.
This starship reported contact with an alien vessel described as cubed shape, after which the distress call ended abruptly.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh, yes.
No. It's cube shaped.
That's right.
Why can't I think of this ship? Oh no. Pass.
Mike.
What is the Lalo at 1900 hours and 12 minutes?
Very good.
Nice. And it
Lalo
is your
pop.
turn, Mike. You got a close one going.
Yes. I guess the tactically correct play here is to go for darts 600.
Darts, Wreck-It-Ball, Vic's Lounge, the Alamo. Need I go on?
What is invasive procedures?
Unfortunately, that is incorrect.
Omni.
Yeah, but you're close. What is extreme measures?
That's it.
Yep.
Damn
Yep. You were thinking that, but it got twisted.
Yeah, I got the episode name wrong.
Yeah, I know. It happens.
It's the Section 31 Sloan one.
Yep. It sure is.
Yep. Okay.
And it's your turn, Omni.
Let's do darts for 400.
Darts. We're facing a major interstellar war, and you're thinking about darts?
That is pretty funny. I don't know which one that was, though. It was the one where Bashir gets. It's a fake Bashir. It's what is by Inferno's light?
You got it.
They all get mixed up around there. I can't sort them out.
Welcome, Anna.
Greetings.
And Flim Flam. Your turn.
Maybe the Enterprise for ships.
You want?
Voyager. So ships.
All right, you got it. Maybe. There we go.
So ships.
Despite Cisco's presence, this starship did not fare well at Wolf 359.
The other one. What is Saratoga?
That's right.
Sorry, I didn't catch that one, John.
No problem.
What, a little grammar? No big deal.
Mike.
M400, please.
Dr. Jeopnerdy designed a weapon of mass destruction based on this substance that was deployed against Rhinax to devastating effect.
That would be I don't know. Pass.
Omni.
What is the Metreon cascade?
Very good.
And it's your turn, Omni.
Let's finish up M substances for 200.
The Sona developed a procedure to collect this type of particle from the planetary rings of Baku.
Oh. Oh, I'm overthinking it. What is the injector collector? What is metaphasic particles?
That's right.
Yep.
Good job. Flim flam.
Hmm.
Hmm.
We'll try nicknames. Bones.
Broccoli.
The other B was Barkley.
That's correct.
Reginald Buckley. All right, Mike, you get the final clue.
Okay.
Here it comes.
From now on, you play from over here, I play from up here, and if that doesn't work, we'll try a blindfold.
Oh, we just watched this episode.
What is Dr. Bashir, I presume?
That's correct.
There you
Okay.
go.
That's the one.
That's the one.
That's the ticket.
We did just watch that one.
We did.
See what happens when you have Paramount Plus? You can rewatch the episodes.
Oh, sure.
Plug.
Cosmo Buzz in the private chat. Let's head to final Jeopnerdy. Consider how much you'd like to wager based upon this category.
Comic books.
What?
Comic books.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, I have 2,800.
Yes, Flim Flam, you have 2,800. Waiting on Mr. Castnet.
Yeah, Mr. Castnet's all set.
Okay, I see that. Thank you. All right, let's reveal our clue.
When Reed disparaged North Americans for reading comic books instead of more serious literature, Tripp countered that this superhero was laced with metaphor and subtext layered on subtext.
Players, you have 30 seconds. Kablah!
Children, well,
All right, let's get your responses into the game board. And let's see who the winner is. Flim Flam Lamp. Let me try that again. Flim Flam Man. You're at 2,800 points entering final Jeopnerdy. What was your response to the clue?
It was Superman. That is correct. Nicely done.
Very
Nice.
good.
Nice.
And how much was your wager? You doubled your score. Very good.
Nice.
5,600 points. Well done, Flim Flam.
I don't need you to patronize me.
Mike, you had 6,000 points entering final Jeopnerdy. What was your response?
Superman. Very good. Recommending Omni and Flim Flam on your excellent games.
Cheers.
Very
Save your platitudes for someone else.
Wow. Let's find out how much you wagered.
Platitudes.
You also doubled your score, 12,000 points. Very good.
Wow.
All right, Omni, you had the lead at 8,800 points. Your response was?
Superman. Very good.
I didn't write that.
Yeah, it's looking similar to our last response.
I didn't write that. But it's okay.
I am starting to
You
see a
said-
little collusion going on here.
You said,
I
That's
did
what
say,
you said. Yeah, sorry.
That's what I
Very
wrote.
good. What was your wager? 3,201 points, giving you 12,001 points. And you are the champion, Omni, by 1
Good
point.
bully.
Very nice.
Thank you. That was a great game, though.
Good game.
Very
yes.
good game.
Very, very good. Very
Everyone
good.
bet strong. I mean, everyone doubled up in final. That was really good. That
Yep.
was a lot of fun. Those questions were not easy.
I have not seen a single episode of Enterprise. That was a 100% guess.
Well, Superman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a good episode of it, too. Shuttle Pod 1.
Yep.
Great game.
Very good game.
Very good.
Well, we have some players for round 3, it looks like, but you guys are welcome to hang out backstage until we have the chat afterwards, if you like.
Sounds good. GG's Omni. GG's Flim Flam.
Yep.
Thank you guys for having me again. It was fun.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks.
Never coming back.
See you in 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Yep.
He's been that way ever since Farpoint.
Just a minute, number 1.
Hey, greetings to Tokyo and the Invisible Man.
Not good enough, damn it! Not good enough.
Not good. Here we go. How you doing, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to see you.
I want my molecules back.
You can have them back.
Welcome, Invisible Man and Tokyo.
Hello.
The gorilla drugs didn't work. Just remember that.
What's going on?
Not much. How are you?
I'm feeling a little better. Thank you.
Good. You sound better.
You do sound a lot better.
Appreciate it.
It's good.
Glad you're on the mend.
One Mercer can make a difference.
Preventing me from going to church today.
You could
I'm
make
sorry,
you're
Tokyo?
sick.
So my inner ear infection is preventing me from going to church today, so I'm home.
Got it.
I'm sorry to
I don't
hear
think
that.
I've been
It
as sick
sucks.
for that long as it was the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Hope it's not because of self-umox.
Oh gosh.
But I did. I
Nothing
was
goes
a
in
little
these ears
disappointed
that I
my
don't
favorite,
sanction.
my favorite season 4 quote about darts did not show up.
Well, maybe it will. You never know,
No,
right?
no, because he already did season 4. My favorite season 4 quote about darts was in the Roswell episode.
Ah, yes.
Darts, baseball.
Atom bombs.
Perfect quote because most of those things he names are funny if you watch the series. You know, they're not really as funny if you don't watch the show.
Root beer.
Darts.
By the way, I gotta ask, does Anna want to play?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Because if she does, I can step off and try
Yeah, I
again
can
another
tip off
time.
if she wants to play.
Well, as far as that goes, we could play 4-player if she wanted to play.
And you know my feeling on 4-player games.
I do.
So I would be giving up my seat happily if she wants to play.
I don't believe she does. Now,
Yeah,
she
she
can
does.
contradict me in the chat if she likes, but I don't believe she does.
She did so well on Patrick's game yesterday.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, I do not agree with this statement, but
I don't either.
No.
As your demonstration yesterday on Wheel of Trek so demonstrated.
Yeah, Anna, that's not fair. You're not being fair there.
I didn't
You've been
take
hanging out
it.
with Thomas too much.
yeah, stop hanging with Thomas.
Yeah. This is a high-level game. This is.
It is.
It can be intimidating. I
I
know.
would have gotten that.
This is why I
Superman
lose every
question. I
week.
think one of the only Final Jeopardy questions I would have gotten was that Superman one. Because I love Shadow Pod 1. Anyway, like I was saying in the chat, I think it was called the Battle of Earth, whereas the first Borg attack was called Battle of Sector 001.
Perhaps, but I figured everybody would know what I was talking about.
I'm just being extremely picky for no particular reason.
Ooh, maybe we should start the game then. Are you ready to play?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Indeed.
Tokyo.
Yep. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Let's play Jeopnerdy.
No buzzers?
Of course not.
And substances.
Wow, where do you come up with these? I would never.
No. Is that a substance?
The words of the prophets. In this case, I'm looking for you to identify the episode.
Seek the prophets.
Or the Rush song.
Alien animals. In this case, there's a picture, and I want you to identify the species.
Oh, okay.
Kuchimoya.
First names. I provide you a title and a last name. I want you telling me the character's first name.
Dirk.
And finally, Connie namesakes. Now, in other words, each correct response is the name of a ship from the 24th century that was named for a Constitution-class ship.
It's clever.
Great. OmniCast.
Yes.
You are the champion once again. You get to go first.
Let's do the words of the prophets for 1,000, please.
Got it.
Why? Why do you stay here?
I'm sorry, you're looking for the episode?
Yes.
That would be what is a session?
That's it.
I was fucking emissary, but
Oh, what was it?
what was it?
Well done. Invisible Man.
Let's try alien name animals for 600. Oh man, that's that weird thing that was in also in DS9. I don't remember the name of it, so I'll have to pass.
Tokyo.
Before I pass, just look at Riker's face. It's such a bad picture. Pass.
Omni.
And do you want the episode or the animals? I'm sorry.
The animal.
That is the Gilvos. Corvin Gilvos. What is?
That's correct.
Riker's having too much fun with it. He's like, oh. Ugh.
All right, Tokyo, it's your turn.
Connie's
The game.
1,000.
Connie's 1,000.
After the destruction of the Honshu, Starfleet could only spare the Defiant and this starship to search for survivors.
All right. Ships in the 24th named for the Connies. I think I know it, but I'm not going to. No, pass. I think.
Omni?
Connie knows it.
What was the episode? But I don't remember the other name of the ship. Pass.
Invisible Man.
Let me think. What was the
timer will let you.
I'm gonna have to pass as well. I have an idea, but I'm gonna pass.
It was from Waltz, but I don't know.
Was it the
I'm
Enterprise?
sure
What'd you say?
No, it was not the Enterprise.
It's Constellation.
Constellation.
Okay.
Probably something like familiar though. Because
I'm glad I didn't guess it.
they sometimes
Yeah.
throw in Enterprise references in DS9 without like really calling attention to it.
Yes.
That's a good
Omni.
point, actually. The words of the prophets for 800.
The Cisco must not leave the chosen path.
Oh. This is where it all gets jumbled. Pass.
Invisible Man.
What is Sacrifice of Angels?
That is incorrect.
Tokyo.
What is Till Death Do Us Part?
That is also incorrect, unfortunately.
That's the problem with this. They all get mixed up, those episodes.
Yeah.
Right?
That's from Tears of the Prophet.
Tears of the Prophets.
Tears.
Oh, that's right. He collapses. Well, they're warning him not to go on that mission.
Mm-hmm.
On the Defiant.
I thought that was along the same lines of "You will only know sorrow."
I was thinking that too. Yeah, the wedding
I went
episode.
for it.
All right, Invisible Man.
I'll
Your
do
turn.
end substance for 600.
When the Bajoran workers refused to surrender, the next step in the counterinsurgency program would pump this gas into the habitat ring.
What is nesifcine gas? I have trouble pronouncing words like that.
You say that again, please?
Nesifcine gas?
Unfortunately, no. Sorry.
Tokyo.
I have a feeling, but I don't want to dig myself deeper in a hole. Pass.
Omni.
What is neurocene gas?
That's it.
Glad I didn't.
Were you thinking anesthetine?
Yeah, I was thinking of
It starts with an A.
But it's an N, yeah.
I'm an idiot.
The A
No,
silent.
you're not.
No, you're not. All right, Tokyo.
Not
It's
at
your
all.
turn.
I didn't know the A was silent.
Animales for 800.
The Omni's much smarter than
Not at all.
I'm sorry, I did
Animales
not.
for 800. That's enough.
Repeat that one more time. I'm sorry.
Animales for 800.
Alien animals.
Animals. Animales. Animals.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be a picture of my cat.
Okay. You don't have any positive points, Tokyo. However, you can bet up to 2,000, and you're 4,000 off the lead.
So point spread between me and Mercer.
600 points
600.
between
600.
600.
Yeah, this way when I get it wrong, I'll be the same as Mercer.
Okay. That's one way to look at it, I guess.
Look, it's a picture of Nermal.
Isn't that Chief O'Brien's pet tarantula?
Is it?
Yeah. What is a tarantula?
Unfortunately,
I know he
that's
said
incorrect.
alien, but
No, it is a spider, but it's not Chief O'Brien's tarantula.
I can't pass.
Puck-Lux.
What is a spider?
Mucklux?
An alien spider.
Unfortunately, that's not specific enough. But it was called the Palaku.
Palaku.
The Bajoran moons are full of them.
Hi, Mercer. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Thanks for joining me down in the pit. The pit of despair.
Pit of man's fears.
No, the pit of despair.
The summit of his knowledge.
Don't even think about
Exactly.
trying to escape. Don't even think about trying to escape.
Omni.
The chains are far too thick.
Okay, let's do first names for 1,000, please.
A Lieutenant Nored.
Pass.
Invisible Man.
That was instant.
Tokyo.
Passville. Exit
That was
one.
Anne
Don't know that person.
from The Survivor.
Oh.
Okay.
Invisible Man.
Let's do 600 for profits.
The Cisco would prefer different answers.
Yeah, these are hard. What
I
did
think
you
I-
turn on the difficulty like all of a sudden? Did you just like
This is game 3.
pass? This is so hard.
Tokyo.
Negative.
Pass.
Yep.
Omni.
I know Sarah said it. What is shadows and symbols?
That's correct.
I think a couple of our players would like different answers too.
That's just a
Yeah, we
possibility.
would. A little bit of an easier board, maybe.
See, Omni cheated. He asked Dr.
I'm
Wyckoff
just
for the
enjoying
right
myself
answer.
I wish
I'm
he'd get there. I wish he'd get there.
Tokyo.
Firsties for 8.
Crewman Novakovich.
Oh. It's not coming to me. Pass.
Omni.
I don't know. Pass.
Pass.
Invisible Man.
Pass.
Who is it again?
Maybe Ethan.
Ethan.
Who is it from? Where's that from again? I forgot.
That was
Novakovic.
Enterprise.
Oh, okay.
Novakovic. That was the traitor, wasn't it? The Terra Prime guy?
Was it? I don't know. The episode I was looking at was Strange New World.
They were in the cave. He was flipping out with
Oh,
right?
The spore guy.
Shooting the rocks and that's
Or
there.
he got beamed back, melded with a plant.
Yeah, that's it. That's
that
it.
was the guy. Okay.
I couldn't think of it. Yep.
All right, Omni.
Deep cut. Deep cut. Good question.
Let's do alien animals for 1,000, please. Pass.
Invisible Man.
Oh, pass.
Cringer.
Tokyo.
Will you take the partial answer of Power Cat?
Yes, I would accept that.
What is a Power Cat?
Very good.
Wow.
Is that Battle Cat?
Capellan Power Cat.
Capellan Power Cat.
Yes.
That's the most awesome name for an animal ever.
Cat.
Invisible Man. It's your turn.
Well, I'm going to go with first names for 600. These are hard categories.
Admiral Jarek.
Let me think.
What was his name?
Man, I should have schooled myself. I should have watched this episode. I can say it, but I can't remember it.
Say it.
Who is? Don't remember what is Eladir? Who's Eladir?
Very good.
Wow, that was great.
Nice.
You dug deep for that one.
It was just like I scraped for it. I'm like, I just couldn't picture anything else.
Yeah.
Welcome, Planet X.
Hey, Planet X.
Tokyo, it's your turn.
Let's do first names for 4.
Anson Paslar.
What is Melora?
Very good.
She's a what?
The wheelchair lady. Yes, back in the positives. Woo!
Omni.
Let's do N substances for 1,000.
Icheb knew that Neelix's story about the haunting of Deck 12 wasn't true the moment he mentioned that the Bussard collectors produced emissions of this.
Mm. I don't remember that. Pass.
Invisible Man.
Pass.
Tokyo.
I as well shall pass.
What was it again?
Nadions.
See, Voyager doesn't count canon.
An episode I blocked out of my mind, haunted.
Yeah,
Most
exactly.
of Voyager doesn't count as canon.
The episode nobody saw.
Yeah.
Invisible Man, it's your turn.
I'm going to go with N substances for 400.
Elevated levels of this particle were an indication that the opening of the Bajoran wormhole was imminent.
Oh, what are neutrinos?
That's correct.
Yay, finally something I knew.
Very good. Tokyo.
Connie 6.
Picard assigned Riker and LaForge to this starship to help implement the tachyon detection grid.
What is the Excalibur?
Very good.
Nice.
Well done. Game's getting tighter.
Good job.
Omni, it's your
Good
turn.
job.
Let's do N substances for 800, please.
While examining an 8472 ship, Chakotay observed a binary matrix laced with this substance, and he theorized it might be their version of a computer core.
These are awesome questions.
I'm really struggling for these. What is it? This substance. Some kind of... I'm not going to risk it. Pass.
Invisible Man.
I'm gonna pass as well, but you should get an Emmy for
Tokyo.
I have an idea, but I'm going to pass on it. I just want to see if I was right.
Is it neuropeptide?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
Yeah, I should have said it.
I was
Shoot.
thinking of Neuron.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I'm kicking myself for that too.
I
Armin.
know.
Oh,
But I didn't know it enough. I wasn't that strong enough to do it. So
me neither. I wasn't confident.
I
yeah.
was thinking of neurons because they're in the brain, but I couldn't think of peptides. So, because I haven't seen, was that Scorpion or not Scorpion? One of those episodes for a long time.
All right. Invisible Man, it's your turn.
Let's go with Connie namesakes for 400.
As a lieutenant on this ship, Riker's solution to her crisis was to shut down all power and hang over a planet's magnetic poles.
I'm not going to guess it. I'm not going to risk it. I think I know what it is, but I don't have any points. I'm going to pass.
Tokyo.
What is the Potemkin?
That's right.
Yes.
Nicely done.
Was that the episode where they're going after Roga Danar?
No, this was peak performance.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that was the one where they were split.
What's cool about it is that even if it's not the same episode, in the Roga Danar episode, it was Riker that suggested that he was borrowing a cloaking device using the poles.
Yeah,
indeed.
A consistency in his experience, and it was Riker that made that suggestion. I thought that's pretty good continuity.
Yep.
Roga.
Tokyo.
I'm still kicking myself for those neuropeptides. Son of a- Well, Connie's 8. Let's get it over with.
Dr. Bashir was reunited with his former classmate, Dr. Lenz, when this starship docked at DS9.
Ooh, what is the Lexington?
That's correct.
Yes.
There you go.
Wow, you're catching up, Tokyo.
Yes, we have a very tight game now. Omni.
Let's do the words of the prophets for 400, please.
The Cisco is of Bajor, but he will find no rest there.
That's
So tough, especially when you can't look it up.
His paw will find another path.
no. See, it's not. Oh, that's right. Because he asks. Thank you. He asks the wormhole aliens for help. What is sacrifice of angels?
That's correct.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Appreciate the help, Tokyo. Thank you.
Greatest
Very
episode
good.
title. Greatest episode title in all of Star Trek.
Indeed.
Invisible Man.
I'll try
It's your
alien
turn.
animals for 400. Oh, do I just name the type of animal?
Yes.
Yep.
What is a Sailot? I think it's pronounced.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
I Chaya.
Like, I know that.
Indeed.
No, I Chaya, you have to stay here.
Well, would you look at that?
A Vulcan is never late with a Sailot's dinner.
We have
Yeah.
we have the 200 for each category left.
Well, let's put down the last animal.
Wow.
It's grim.
What is a targ?
Very good.
It's very grim.
I had to. Finally, an ambassador. Though. Go targ hunting with me. Arr, arr, arr.
A teddy bear.
With 6-inch fangs.
Indeed. Omni.
Let's do the words of the prophets for 200.
So you choose to exist here. It is not linear.
Well, that's okay. So what is emissary?
That's right.
Best pilot ever of any show ever.
I wouldn't go that far, but maybe a Star Trek, but Invisible Man.
Let's do first Connie and substances for 200.
Could you repeat that, please?
Okay. Sorry, I was trying to trick you. First names.
Dr. Cochran.
Oh, who is Zephyrin?
Very good.
I was trying to trick you, Professor. Didn't really work. Precious.
Tokyo.
Connie me.
This starship, commanded by Captain DeSoto, rendezvoused with the Enterprise in connection to the Farpoint and Tin Man missions.
Oh, wow. What is the hood?
That's right.
I knew there would be a hood question somewhere.
I thought that was going to be Enterprise, actually. This starship was captained by Picard.
Well, they do mention Enterprise a few random times in DS9.
True.
All right, Omni.
Let's
Last
do it.
clue.
The hull of the Planet Killer was composed of a pure form of this substance.
Absolutely pure. What is neutronium?
That's right.
Dude, the greatest guest star in the history of television. William Wyndham.
Pure antiproton. Absolutely
He
pure.
was, but not anymore.
They called me. They begged me for help. 400 of them.
For some reason,
I
is when,
could.
when he's taking the phone
I
call from
could.
Kirk. I love when he's taking the phone call from Kirk and Kirk wants to talk to Spock and he's like, down here. I don't know why.
Cosmobuzz.
I just love
Link
that
in
moment.
the,
Already there.
in the private chat. Yes, I
What's
do
down
see
here?
you, Tokyo. Let's head to final Jeopnerdy, where our final Jeopnerdy category will be
Little Green Men.
consider how much you would like to wager based on that category.
Down here. Points to his console, like down here.
I'm locked in.
I see it. Thank you.
Saddle up. Locked in.
Lock and load. All right, Data, what do you think you should do? Not that we care about such things in this day and age. Thank you, Data.
Let's reveal the clue.
This professor wasn't invited in just because he was Nurse Garland's fiance. General Denning needed someone to talk to the Martians.
Players, you have 30 seconds. Kapla!
Should not have done that, but that's okay. I had a great time. Thanks, guys, for the game.
This was fun.
Thank you.
It was a
This was
ton of
awesome.
fun.
A lot of fun. Too much fun.
Too much fun.
Let's find out who the winner is. Invisible Man, you had 1,800 points entering final Jeopnerdy. What was your response to the clue?
This Professor Falcon. I just watched this episode today and I can't remember. Unfortunately, that is incorrect.
I can't remember it. It's just not coming to me.
Greetings, Professor Falcon. What was your wager?
I'm glad you got my reference for that at least.
Indeed. You bet it all, taking you back down to 0. Sorry about that, Invisible Man.
All good. I just can't.
Tokyo. You're in second place, 4,400 points. Your response to the clue was...
Who's Professor Doolittle? Good game, Omni and Mercer. Congrats, Omni. Well, unfortunately, that is also incorrect. Sorry about that.
Your bet amount was 3,400, taking down to 1,000.
Yep.
We'll see.
Right.
Maybe
I could have bet it all. You don't know.
Maybe that'll work out
You
for you.
didn't.
We'll see.
You didn't. I know you. You didn't.
OmniCast Net, you were in the lead at 5,400 points. Your response was...
Professor Carlson. Unfortunately, that is incorrect.
Oh. What was his name?
The correct answer was, or response was,
who is Jeff?
Jeff.
Really?
yes, you did
Really?
it to me. You just did it to me. You know what Thomas and Danny are going to do now.
What is Jeff?
How much did you wager? 3,401 points. Team down 1,998 points, and you are the champion.
Beat me by 999 points. That's
Jesus.
the closest we've gotten in a long time,
Oh,
Omni.
and one thing I did want to clarify about, based on my research, in the script, he is referred to as Carlson.
In the credits too, no?
Well, I didn't. I'd have to go back and look at the credits.
Oh, my
but
goodness.
in the dialogue itself, he's only called Jeff.
Really?
Now, if it's true that he is called Carlson in the credits, I would consent to giving you your points back.
Well, it doesn't
Although
matter. I mean,
you
it's the
won
same
anyway.
difference. But yeah, who cares?
You won anyway.
Wow. Go back and watch it
All
again.
right, now I'm curious. I'm
I
gonna
watched
load
it
up.
today.
Yeah.
And I literally
Netflix
watched
real
it
quick.
this morning, or I finished watching it. I had started it yesterday, and I watched all the great scenes in the hangar. You know, like the big blue blob scene. You know, it's like you people are planning to invade Cleveland. You know, and I love the whole scene with the that Nog comes up with. It's the best. My favorite Nog moment was when he comes up with the idea that they're Klingon shock troops. You know,
Trying to load that
that's
episode
my
now.
favorite. That's my favorite Nog moment when he comes up with the Klingon shock troops.
Season was that season 7?
No,
that
season
was-
4.
That was 4.
4?
Yeah, that was season 4. Like
Oh, that's right. It was
episode
early
9 or
on.
10.
Yeah, that's right.
We lost Tokyo. Where'd Tokyo go? Welcome back, Mike and Patrick.
Hello. Hey. Wow, round 3 was hard.
Yeah.
It was.
I knew almost nothing.
And if you'd like to join the panel, click that link at the top of the text chat there in YouTube.
But best question ever.
What's that?
The last one.
The last one.
Did anyone see the movie that I'm using for my avatar called Memoirs of an Invisible Man?
No, I have not.
Anyone ever see that? It's good. It's pretty good. It's a good movie. It's a funny movie.
Oh, there you go, Tokyo. I brought you back up.
Ah, thanks. Yeah, I KO'd myself. I closed the tab by accident.
Oops.
Knockout.
I've never done that. Never.
Uh-huh.
Really.
All right. Makeup by Michael Westmore. Illustrator John Reed. Where are the roll credits? There are no special roll credits in DS9.
So how come there's not as many like in I was watching The Phantom Menace a couple days ago, and there's this great scene where Jar Jar steps in poo, and it gets a big laugh. How come there are no scenes like that in Star Trek? You know, where somebody steps in poo and that
Slapstick.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing better than alien animals farting or stepping in poo.
Ugh. All right, I'm going to change the subject for that because that was just nasty. I just watched the entire credit roll for Little Green Men. There are no guest credits whatsoever.
Wow.
It's all crew.
Huh.
There are no.
Well, they must be in the beginning.
But no,
Remember now.
they just list first names, or they just list the actors' names. They don't list.
They don't list what their role was. Yeah.
Unless it's a special guest character, like.
Like it says as, starring as, or something. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What episode is that?
Little Green Men.
Little Green Men doesn't have guest stars?
No, Little Green.
No, it's in the beginning. The credits are in the beginning.
Yeah, but it doesn't say as blah blah blah. It just
Right.
And the closing credits don't list the roll credits on DS9. I don't think they were obligated to on TV back then. So
depends how they negotiate it. Like the actors can work that into their package. I think depending on
sometimes like the
closing credits.
Sometimes when you get a credit,
Or the
it's
opening credits.
But if you're getting like, for example, the guy Frank Langella, I don't think he was even credited at all for his appearance in DS9, and I know he worked for Scale.
Do you remember what episode that was?
It was the Circle trilogy.
He was in 2 or 3 of them, wasn't he? The Circle, the Siege.
In the first 3
season 2.
I don't think.
Yeah, it's the beginning of season 2.
I don't even think they gave
first
him
3 episodes.
credit. They might have, but I don't think
He was credited. He had to be, no?
Well, I know that he didn't take money for it. Like they probably gave him Scale.
I've got Netflix fired up. I'm looking for it now.
Huh.
So
there's
Anna.
They might have given him end credits. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Richard Beamer. Hey, Anna.
Hello.
Max Gerdenchik.
Huh?
Michael Bell. Mark Alimo's Gul Dukat. And production credits. All right, so let's check the closing credits. Yeah. Okay, so to be continued. Why do they have guest stars listed on Little Green Men? They go right into production credit. Stupid.
I think they're in the beginning in that one.
I think in the episodes, in the end credits, it's just like the really minor background characters that they put, and all the important guest stars are at the beginning.
Beginning of the episode. Yeah.
With no proper roll credit. The producer Steve Oscar co-stars Leslie Beavis as freighter captain, Paul Nakauchi as Tigerian officer. Okay, so not in episode 1. Frank Langella was not mentioned here.
I don't think he was credited. I've read that before.
That's crazy. He's a big actor too.
He did his episode for his kids or his daughter or something, and he didn't. And I know that if they paid him, they just paid him Scale, if anything.
Yep, because there he is on the last, on the recap. All right, so Kira's getting kicked off the station.
You watching the end credits?
No, I'm watching the beginning of the circle now.
To be continued.
And we lost Anna.
Yes, surrendering.
Oh, where'd you go, Anna?
But Frank Langella was awesome as Minister Jarrow.
Indeed.
Yeah, he was.
There we go.
He just had exactly the right presence for that part.
Okay.
Like he didn't really do anything spectacular except that it was him. Like, he just kind of like
he was like playing himself. No, you're right. He wasn't like any special character.
Needed.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's what they needed. He underplayed it, and yet you get this feeling that he's a creepy politician, especially when he starts hooking up with Louise Fletcher in the second episode.
Yes.
According to Memory Alpha, he's an uncredited co-star.
Wow.
Co-star. Yeah, totally uncredited.
And Anna's back.
Philip Angelum as Vedic somebody.
Vedic Baral.
Let me see.
Where'd you go, Anna?
Oh, my phone decided to turn itself off.
How rude.
Louise Fletcher as Vedic Wynn. I guess he really is uncredited.
That's back when she was still Vedic Win, What You Leave Behind.
Vedic, What You Leave Behind. That's right. You're so misguided, my child. I feel your anger towards me, and I forgive you for it.
What are the Kazon Kula? That was you,
No,
right?
the
Omni
colors.
has a
I
different
was joking. I said the colors. Yeah, the colors.
colors?
Yeah, the
Right.
colors.
That was yeah.
What's that, Patrick?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there was no.
Like
What was his name again?
Langella was in Dave, a movie called Dave with Kevin Kline,
Yeah, that's a good movie.
which
That
was
Dave
a
was
great
awesome.
movie.
He was playing basically
One
the
of my
same role.
favorite things about that movie was
Yeah,
Ben
same role.
Kingsley had a really great performance. He was only at the end of the film, like the last act of the movie, as the vice
Oh, he was
president.
in the middle of the movie.
No, he only shows up at the near the end.
No. He goes into the Oval Office with Dave, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
gives
that
his
was right-
gifts to from
Yeah, but that
Burundi.
was right near the. That was right when I would say when the last act was starting, when the last third of the movie was
And
happening.
then, oh, okay, so I thought you were talking about his speech to Congress when he got
No.
inaugurated.
He's in. I'm saying like he really only shows up. I would say, and I didn't do a time or anything. In the last third of the film, like the last,
Yeah, that was almost
right
a
at the beginning of the
voiceover.
last act. That's when he shows up. Maybe the second act. Maybe you're right, but I would say like he just kind of. Yeah, he doesn't. He's not in the beginning of the movie at all.
No,
They
he's not.
talk about him, but he's not in anything up until like right near the middle or the end of the film.
It was dang near a cameo.
Yeah, it was more than a cameo, but it was
Just
it
barely
was
more.
good. Yeah, he had a couple scenes. He had that scene where he talks about how he got started, which I
Yeah.
love. And the scene where he gives the gifts. He has like 4 or 5 scenes, but that's it.
He was still good in it. I mean,
Oh, it's one of my
No,
favorite.
it's Ben Kingsley. You can't go wrong with him. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things he did. And Frank Langella was in most of the film, and Kevin Dunn, character actor, who's always good.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sigourney Weaver was okay in it.
Oh, I forgot she played the wife, right?
Yeah. That was the
Forgot
weirdest
about
thing
that.
is that they marketed it like as the main story was about the two of them, but it really wasn't the main story.
It wasn't a rom-com at all. It was just a com.
Yeah.
It was a good movie. I liked it. It was
Yeah,
a
I
political comedy, I think, because it had all the real politicians of the time.
Yeah,
in
and it
that
had a lot of
movie.
real newscasters too.
Yeah.
And Arnold's cameo was awesome, but my favorite cameo was Oliver Stone, because Oliver Stone is like, have you looked at pictures of the president before and after his stroke?
As a conspiracy theorist,
Right?
Yeah.
Did he
That
direct
was
the movie?
good.
Was that his movie?
No, he didn't direct it. He just had that
No, he
cameo.
didn't direct it.
Oh, okay. Because he does serious stuff. Like I didn't think that he'd do like a comedy like that.
He was kind of making fun of himself. It was a really brilliant scene. And of course, Schwarzenegger had a cameo.
Yep.
But
I
Kevin
once caught
Dunn,
a fish
he's
this
in a lot of
big.
characters. I like Kevin Dunn when he was in Hot Shots, and he's like, the Navy really needs helium. He's breathing through helium. Like, good stuff. What do you guys think? Well, we don't talk about New Trek here, but I was wondering what you guys thought of them doing a comedy, doing a comedy show.
It'll be terrible.
Yeah.
Patrick, can you strike that, please?
You mean the
There
one
you
from
go.
the strange? I mean the Lower Decks girl. What's the one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's doing a
Tawny, yeah.
comedy live action show.
And as for my opinion on it,
Gonna get made. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We don't want it. It will be made.
because you wish it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what they did to us with Legacy. That's exactly what Kurtzman said to us from Legacy. No, because you wish it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's the attitude. 100%.
And yep, and then he went to Suction 69 and a crap of me.
Of you.
But
Put that up. Who
it's
did
not
that?
only that. This is why they're greenlighting the season 2 before season 1 is even aired of these shows
Or filmed.
or filmed. because he wants to keep it going regardless of what happens at management over there. He wants to just keep it going as long as possible.
Yep.
Which is crazy. I
But,
mean,
you
at
know,
least
I
see
don't
how the
like-
first season did before you renew it.
But it's just like Star Trek has lost all of its cultural significance. It used to be everybody knew Star Trek, even if they didn't watch it. Now nobody knows what shows are even out.
Yeah.
Now Star Trek's copying everything instead of everything copying Star Trek.
Yeah.
Which it used to be up until 2017.
Then again, I can almost understand extending it to another season because it costs so much to set up these shows, the sets and the production. So if you can spread those costs out over more episodes, it kind of makes sense. And in the old days, TV show seasons were what, 26 episodes?
Yeah.
Now they're
$10
$10
million into constructing these vast sets. And
Right.
I'd
You know,
probably
you'd
like
have a 9 to 5
Just
job.
eight episodes per season.
What's that?
Probably like Strange New Worlds if it was a little bit smarter, a little bit wittier. Like I'd probably like it if it just had a little bit more consistency to it. I don't know.
Since more
Something is
people
missing.
watch this show than any other show that we're on here on this panel, I'm going to say it right now. It's wishful thinking to believe that Lower Decks decanonized Star Trek Discovery.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Dave Cullen put a good video together, waking us up to the bad news.
Well, here's the other thing about that.
It means
the
nothing.
whole idea, the whole term prime timeline was created by the people that are making new Trek. There's no such, like when we call the Star Trek that we watch, all this old stuff, the prime timeline, that's not what it is. It's just Star Trek. They never called it the prime timeline up until 2009.
Timeline.
There's no time to
No
argue
time
about
to argue
time.
about
We
time.
don't have the time.
The point is, it's a corporate, it's a corporate name to try to get us to understand what they want to do. There's no such thing as a prime timeline.
But you're right. It is dumb.
But doesn't it almost, the reaction, doesn't that mean something somewhere to somebody? Like this amazing relief that all these fans had. And even if it isn't real, doesn't that show the people that, wow, we really did piss all these people off? Like they're so excited that even the hint of this being non-canon is getting them all excited again. Like that has to mean something. I mean,
I don't think they care.
Yeah, you're probably right. They don't care.
They don't at all. Bad and worse news is last night I rewatched front to back Star Trek Beyond. And dare I say, that movie, while it was panned by us, shouldn't have been because it's actually good compared to the crap that we've been getting up until now. That movie actually paid more of an homage to Star Trek than what current Trek is doing right now.
Which one?
The last one, Beyond.
Oh yeah, I like Beyond quite a bit. I mean, you know, it's a lot of fun. It's, you know, there's an idea that like when I watch it, you know, what's his name? Pine is playing it both seriously and with tongue in cheek. Somehow he finds the right note to play the movie both seriously and with a little bit tongue in cheek. I don't know how he did it, but he's not taking it completely seriously.
The only part that stuck in my head that wasn't working is that ship. What was it, the Franklin? I didn't know where in the timeline that was supposed to fit in. Like it was after the NX class, right?
It could fit. Like I thought the same thing.
Or before.
I thought the same
Okay.
thing.
Well,
But I really had to do some mental gymnastics to figure this out. It was number one was a Warp 4 ship.
Okay.
Number two, the Warp engine was not an Archer type engine at all.
Okay.
And number three, it was only the size of the Defiant from DS9.
So it was tiny.
Much smaller than the NX-01.
This
thing
I thought
probably
it was
could have
about
docked
the
with the
same size as
NX-01 in the shuttle bay.
I thought it was about the same size as the NX-01.
No, it was only one deck tall. Well, two decks if you count the bridge.
See, I thought it was
I was
about the same
thinking-
size too, but I guess you're right.
Where does it get? Where do they get a motorcycle from?
Who knows? Where do they get a Corvette from?
But so where does it fit then? I don't because the NX-01 Enterprise was the first human venture into space, deep
No,
space.
It didn't.
Well-
They only said that the ship was capable of Warp 4. It never said anything about the ship being used interstellarly. Starfleet would have wanted to keep all of their ships close to the home system in the first place. They weren't ready to go out.
Also, keep in mind, Omni, the ship was from before the Annex 01.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
And the engine was different.
Captain got command of the ship after Annex 01.
Yeah, this could have been in the same
Oh.
line as the Intrepid,
Okay.
the Ticonderoga that we saw on Enterprise, the minor ships. This could have just been a minor ship with a quote-unquote Warp 4 engine that probably didn't do Warp 4.
So it explored close to home. Then the NX-01 was launched. They had their adventures. Then the captain of the Franklin, the one that got transformed or whatever, he took command of the Franklin.
After the Federation was founded, yeah, those ships
Okay.
probably would have found a better life because they were armed to the teeth. They had the experimental safety units, right?
By the way, I did love the scene where they dropped the ship down a mountain. I love that scene.
Those ships could have. I'm sorry, Mercer. Yeah, I like that scene too. Those ships could have been used for point defense during the Romulan War.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, No, I guess you're right. It doesn't really gut it. It's just not something I imagined. Like you watch Enterprise, you don't think of these other ships out there.
Right. And also, here's the thing, though. If Enterprise had been given its full 7 seasons, we would have actually gotten the real founding of the Federation. So
Right.
seasons 5, 6, and 7, I'm sorry. Yeah, seasons 5, 6, and 7 would have been the Romulan Wars. Then we would have had it, and we would have seen it, and we would have had a reason to call foul. But we don't, because who's to say? But yeah, the Franklin didn't really throw out canon for me at all.
Yeah. It just made you think about it for a minute. It made you, like you said, you had to twist your brain around to think about where did it fit in.
It's mental gymnastics, but
because the Kelvin was after that. This is still prime timeline. I mean, whatever that means, right? It's
right. It's still Star Trek timeline. It's not
before
Kelvin.
it splits, before the Narada comes back.
Yeah.
And the uniforms weren't that far off from, I guess, Enterprise somewhat.
No, they had the Starfleet Delta and everything on.
They had the blue.
But that was also post Federation, though. So
I see what you're saying. So it was after Enterprise. So it was kind of an evolution of the NX-01 and the.
No. That ship came out before Enterprise.
But you're saying, but you're saying
when it
crashed or whenever that was
post Federation, and that was when Edison was in command of it. I also
right.
had
So
to
the
look
uniforms
back,
changed.
Right. I also had to look back at the dialogue because I thought that maybe Edison was on Enterprise during season 3. But he said, we lost millions to the Zindian Romulan Wars. He didn't say, I fought the Zindian Romulan Wars.
No.
So I don't think he was on Enterprise, but he
was a
definitely
Mako,
fought
but he
the
was not on
Romulan War.
Enterprise.
What's that?
He was a Mako, but he was not on Enterprise.
Right, because Mako was a huge military division, but it was integrated into Starfleet.
But it was mostly in this Earth solar system, right? They didn't really.
Right.
Well, maybe the whole, even though like Enterprise takes place before the timeline split, I'm willing to think that it's still a slightly different timeline because there's enough inconsistencies.
Not really. Like I said, that whole era wasn't developed. It could have been and should have been developed, but we never got it. Thank you, Les Moonves and the NBA.
Well, Mercer, what if they took out the temporal Cold War plot line or thread? Would that make it more canon for you? Would that make it less alternate university for you?
Know, just there, like when I watch 09, even the Kelvin ship doesn't seem like it belongs in either timeline. It just seems off.
That one you're talking about. Okay, the Kelvin ship.
The actual Kelvin,
like,
the USS Kelvin.
Yeah, I have a feeling that even though the official splitting from Prime, if you want to call it Prime, which I hate, to the Kelvin,
I agree with you there, Mercer.
The Narada came through, but I happen to think that there are other differences peppered that could have been peppered throughout. It's not really the same timeline. Kind of like what's hinted at in that unification film, which I don't like.
Yeah, nobody likes that one too much.
Creepy. I don't like that. I don't know. It's almost like Simon Pegg, who wrote Beyond, had most of his history pretty good, but forgot certain things. You know.
I mean, they
And
went
he
back
did
and
a pretty
watched
good job
Enterprise a
hitting
bit.
the notes.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
see that they did, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he hit the important notes in
Yeah.
his script.
What race is Jayla? I'd love to see her again. I was so disappointed.
I don't think they gave her name. They didn't give her name in the race on credit.
But she was
Probably
a cool,
somewhere in beta canon.
yeah, she's a cool character.
and
Yeah,
the
she
other
was
thing that
cool.
threw me off was that Yorktown station seemed a little advanced.
Well, now you're going into the so-called Kelvin timeline stuff,
Right.
because it was from what I understand from the behind the scenes of Into Darkness, the tech was consistent TOS until Narada, but even then they still had the Connies in development and they were the TOS Connies.
Okay.
But as they researched the technology, as the Klingons researched the Narada technology and all this stuff, they developed bigger ships, more powerful ships. And so the original Jeffries Connie was scrapped as kind of like the USS Defiance of that timeline. And then you got the big Galaxy class size Connies.
But then
But-
I agree with Mercer. Why was the Kelvin itself already looking visually different?
Humongous with one that
But that ship was much older though, and it would still fit into TOS. I mean, it still had the windows.
Windows, vastly open turbo lift shafts and thus and such.
But they didn't look. It didn't bother me. It doesn't.
By the way,
Doesn't look more
Windows always
advanced
bother me.
than
when
the
Kirk
NX-01 or the
when Kirk was
1701
going-
anyway. It doesn't.
when they were going through that asteroid field near Yorktown, which is a very short scene considering they never explored beyond it. When they were going through all those asteroids, Kirk does an announcement to the crew where he talks about mysteries just being temporary. I think Simon Pegg, when he wrote that, was quoting an original series episode. Not exactly, but pretty close. I can't remember which one.
Just temporarily hidden.
10% things temporarily hidden. I can't
Right.
remember because that was used in the original series.
I think it was Kirk. Kirk said that.
Yeah, but he said it in.
Then Kirk would have said it
Beyond,
again.
But I can't remember which episode it was
I
being
think
quoted.
season. I don't know, season 1 or 2. Maybe I don't remember.
Dialogue Masters, do we know?
Corbomite maneuver. It's Corbomite maneuver. There's no such thing
There you go.
only things temporarily hidden, temporarily
Season 1.
not understood. And I just looked it up. And he says something like paraphrase, not exactly when they go into that field near the Yorktown base.
Yeah, he was very
Right.
close. He said, "There's no such thing as the unknown, just things temporarily hidden."
Mm-hmm.
It was in his captain's log.
And I noticed that when I watched the movie the first time, I'm like, that's an original series quote. I like that. I also love the captain's log at the beginning of the film when it's kind of meant for people that have never watched Star Trek, where he talks about how like the days can blur together and how crew relationships can be tense. He
feels
does, like, the whole captain's log at the beginning, which I thought was a brilliant way to so that people who don't watch Star Trek can kind of understand what it's like on a ship.
And I really like the allegory that the entire format of the story took place. And I just realized it just now. The Enterprise is in its third year of its 5-year mission, right? So technically speaking, we can imagine that they had parallel TOS adventures in those 3 years. Then the Enterprise gets destroyed. Star Trek is canceled after 3 years.
Right.
Then they have their
You even
adventures.
mentioned the Green Hand.
Right. Then they have their cinematic adventures, right? Which is the mission on Ultimate to get off the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Enterprise A, which will be the next, could have been the next iteration of Star Trek, which would have been the later movies and so on and so forth. But the way it's patterned kind of because they allude a lot to real world dates and stuff.
Yeah, the only
Like-
thing that doesn't work there is that in the series TOS, it was the old Connie that got refit.
Yeah.
And here in the end of Beyond, it was the A already, and not a normal refit.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
the
pretty much a
original was
different class of
destroyed.
ship.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, was the A refit or was it built? Because I've seen different theories on that. I've seen different.
Oh, all right. Are we
Yeah,
talking
the
about?
original A was
If we're talking
the
about
Yorktown.
Beyond, it's a different ship.
No. The one in Star Trek 4, the end of Star Trek 4.
It's the Yorktown.
Oh yeah, we're not getting into that.
Well, no,
We hear
about it.
I've seen different theories. Right, I'm not subscribing to one or the other, but I've seen different theories on that.
It's
Yeah,
the
we've
Yorktown.
talked about this ad nauseum
Right.
on Jeopnerdy After Show.
Yeah,
All of us have.
yeah.
I think they're just
Who's
clapping
on
an A on it.
Jeopnerdy?
So the most important question I have concerns John's background. Does that have
Yes.
something to do with today's show?
Nothing really beyond the fact that there was a lot of clues about DS9.
Is that from the pilot?
I believe this is from past prologue.
It's not from the pilot. Cisco was not on the station when the Cardassians attacked it.
Sure, that's why I jumped. That's why I realized as soon as I asked it that I was wrong.
Yeah, Konma.
I liked Cisco's tact about when he talked to that Cardassian official. He just kind of threw it in his face subtly.
Stop those ships.
I just watched the Maquis Part 1 and yesterday, I think, or the day before. And I just love anything that Mark Alamo does. He's so good. The scene where he's in Cisco's quarters is just perfect.
Eric asked, why didn't the Enterprise D bridge look like the one in Generations in Picard Season 3?
We talked about that a little bit too. Yeah,
we did.
For the member berries.
I mean, Geordi restored it. That was what we came up with, right? It was a restoration.
Well, yeah, the bridge module is completely destroyed in Generation. So why not just reset it back to Season 7?
Yeah.
2371 was a horrible year.
I do like that shot in Generations where Riker looks up at the window on the bridge and he sees sky.
Yeah, through the yeah, exactly.
Instead of
That's a great
stars.
shot. It's a really great shot.
2371 was an awful year.
What happened? I mean, the Way of the War. No, was the Way of the War?
No, that was
Do tell.
2371. Well, Voyager was lost. The Enterprise was destroyed. The Dominion started striking. It was a horrible year.
By the way, today I watched Return to Grace, and there's the production on that episode, even though it's like a random run-of-the-mill episode, there's a shot where Dukat and Kira go to the cargo bay, and the cargo bay set for this freighter was huge, and they filled it up with tons of stuff. Like it's just like one or two shots, but they really sold you on the fact that this is a freighter with a huge ass cargo bay.
Wasn't that just the DS9 cargo bay set, like relit? Wasn't
They
it?
made it look bigger and they crammed it with more stuff. Because she's like, you're gonna have to jettison all your cargo to put a disruptor in there.
yeah, disruptor.
But it's just for like one or two shots. But they really
Anna
went
fell asleep
crazy
on us.
with it.
You with us, Anna?
And I like when Kira was. Tell me you didn't see this. When Kira was
You're
telling Zial how to fight, how to use those weapons. Tell me you didn't think that the Cardassian rifle was basically the what do they call those guns? The most the AR what are they called? The popular Hold on. Machine. What's the most popular machine gun in the world?
AK-47.
Yeah, AK. Like she was basically saying, the Cardassian gun was basically the AK-47s or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's very simple.
Right.
You can drag it through the mud and it'll still fire. You know, just like the guns with those little curved handles. You know,
Mhm.
it was she was basically talking about modern warfare and why that gun is so popular.
And John is now demonetized.
Why?
We're talking about pew
Oh,
pews.
I'm sorry.
He wasn't monetized anyway, but
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Now he's no longer eligible, and now he's shadow banned.
You would know about that.
I do. I do. My church
love
got
how
shadow
they-
banned too.
I love
Oh,
how they
no.
knew when they filmed Return to Grace. They didn't give him very much to do, but when they filmed Damar, they gave him a ton of close-ups, and they knew that eventually they were going to do something with that character.
Drinking Canar with Damar.
It rhymes.
Hmm.
It rhymes. But they knew, even though they didn't give him much to do, they knew that they were going to do something with him eventually.
And boy, did they.
I mean, he's a good
Oh, yeah.
actor.
And speaking of shadows,
Remember
So I
Mark
heard
Alimo's
Shatner
10 minutes in The Last Starfighter?
no,
I heard Shatner was talking about that he's really looking grim about life right now. Like he's actually feeling the days getting shorter.
Who's that?
Shatner.
Shatner. Okay.
Yeah. He's not sick or anything, but he's been a little more grim lately.
He's still fat, which is good. Means he might last to 100. Because he's still fat. That's a good thing. At
Yeah,
that age.
when they start shrinking, they get frail. They start.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I remember
That's when it's
watching the
beginning of the
commentary
end.
track. Did you guys ever watch the commentary track for The Voyage Home? They started, Shatner and Nimoy were talking on there, and they were starting to notice DeForest Kelly's outfit's getting smaller.
Yeah.
That's a great commentary. If you've never heard it, it's really a really good one to watch.
Tokyo, what did you say about The Last Starfighter?
Mark Alimo's 10 minutes in The Last Starfighter.
Oh, yes.
All he did was like what? One facial expression and then he dies.
And then there was Mark Alimo's big scene in Total Recall where he says, "They're all connected."
I forgot he was in that.
He's like, the Martians love Kuato, but nobody knows what he looks like.
come on, Kohei, get what you want. Now give these people air.
Yeah. Don't forget his guest starring role in Knight Rider.
Yeah,
Mercer.
that's what I was just going to say. He was in today's episode of Knight Rider.
Hasselhoff?
Played,
What?
Yep.
no, Mark Alimo was in
Mark
today's-
Alimo.
Oh.
in the episode I watched today of Knight Rider where he tries to put a bomb under the bleachers.
Slamming Sammy's super stunt show spectacular.
Hasselhoff was never in Knight Rider.
Oh, he wasn't? Who was in it then?
I don't know.
Jan Michael
Great
Vincent.
episode.
Jan Michael Vincent. That's good. That's a good
I
one.
remember watching this episode as a kid because I remember them putting stars on the car.
They put stars on the car to make it look a little, fancier for the race.
I remember
Yeah.
as a kid, I'm like, I've seen this episode.
Yep.
I know I've seen it. I meant to watch more episodes, but I've been so under the weather. But when I watched, I'm like, I've seen this when I was a kid. They had such a terrible, I love, when I say terrible, I mean it in the highest. Star Trek is cheesy also, but they had no budget for the crowds. They had such a small crowd.
It's like they shot it on a Tuesday afternoon when the racetrack was closed or something, right? That's when they shot the episode. Yeah, you can tell.
And it's like, why would they put the bomb when there's no people there?
There's no people in the stands. It's a condemned part of the racetrack anyway, right? It's, yeah.
My head for the entire episode. But I'm thinking, why isn't Kit giving Michael more of a hard time about this? The entire episode?
But I'm glad you're enjoying it because you do see at least one Star Trek character, every episode or two.
I
So
love old shows, and I'm
Good.
enjoying it, even though I'm going slower
Good.
than I planned.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. But I'm just like, why isn't Kit giving Michael a harder time about this? No, what did I missed? What did they do? Did they put air, carbon dioxide? What did they do to the car? Because they couldn't sabotage the car because Kit would figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But what did they do? They took the air out of the car.
What do you mean? In which one? Which one are you talking about?
like when they were actually doing the jump, Michael was losing consciousness
I
for
don't
some
get
reason.
that joke.
What did
I
they
think
do?
he was drugged or something. I think they drugged
he
him,
was
and
drugged.
and Kit put some oxygen in his face to wake him up or
Oh,
something.
I see. I thought they maybe
Yeah.
put something in the air.
No, I think
I
he
missed
got
that.
drugged. They drugged his coffee or something. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Okay,
Ah.
I was walking around making food or something, and I missed that.
Hey, Omni.
Yeah.
My condolences to your sanity.
Yes.
As I just read, I'm holding my phone now, and it says that New York just started to unseal the signs in the congested toll zones now.
Yeah. So what it's just so you know, what's going to cost for me to get to Midtown Manhattan from where I live now in New Jersey. It's $48 round trip.
Oh.
So if imagine you worked in the city, you live in the suburb, and you have to work in Manhattan or in around the Manhattan, $48 a day, plus gas.
Man, just take the train.
You're talking about $10,000 a year, just in tolls. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And it's really bad. They really want to just ban the car, essentially in Manhattan is what they're trying to do.
Stupid.
Right, and they're following cities like London and other major cities have tried this congestion pricing model to try to just reduce the amount of traffic. It's not going to help. People are still going to drive. It's not going to reduce one car. It just costs more money.
They're not. I hope they don't try that here either. Some idiot posted in the comment section of this, and I kind of don't get it. It says, I know how to read. I read if you get a NCC 1701 novelty plate, some lady will get the charges and tickets. It has one like. I have no idea.
I saw that article.
I saw that too.
I read the article.
Video.
She was in California, wasn't she, or something? She was. Wasn't it California?
She lives in New York, I thought.
Oh, it was New York. It was New York. And she had the NCC 1701, and she's getting toll tickets sent to her, right? Yeah, it's so stupid. So stupid.
And violations.
Insane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of the Easy Pass is like being evolved now, where it's all license plates now. You don't have to even use the Easy Pass anymore. Pass.
There's a guy here in my neighborhood that has a 1701 number plate on his car.
Really?
Decked out in dude's a Star Trek fan. He's got Starfleet Command bumper stickers and all that stuff all over his car.
Nice.
Totally awesome.
Nice.
He's gone. I haven't seen him in a couple years.
I'm lucky. I don't have to go into Midtown too often. My wife works there, but she does take the train when she has to go in now. Now that we're here,
smart.
she takes NJ Transit. We're on the the North Jersey coastline.
And, you guys are up on the NJCL.
So it's very pleasant for her. She does not mind it. It puts her right at Penn Station, and she walks a few blocks to Macy's and Herald Square. So it's really not that hard for her to get to work. And she's remote 2 days a week, and she's there 3 days a week, and it's not that bad. And we're very happy to be out of there, honestly. And myself, I don't have to go there too often. I kind of go around the other boroughs, not so much Manhattan. So, it's okay.
You take the helicopter anyway.
No, I take the helicopter. Yeah, I fly out of Linden. I go to the borough. I just fly around. If I had Airwolf, I would do that though. If I had an Airwolf replica, I would do it. Absolutely.
Hi, Anna. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, Anna.
We're doing great. Well, I'm doing okay. I can't speak for everybody else.
You're doing
Who's this we? I'm not Borg.
I thought you were just hearing voices in your head, so.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, crazy. All the voices in my head tell me to tell you hi.
I don't know if it's the same thing, but I talk to myself.
Yeah, so do I. But I answer myself too. That's when I have problems.
No. Insanity is when you talk to yourself, ask a question, and expect something else to answer. If you answer yourself, you're okay.
Okay.
Now it's when you argue with yourself.
I think you're right.
Who wins, though, if you argue with yourself?
You do.
You do. Okay.
You win.
You also lose.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You lost.
It's all in your perspective. You could have won.
Right.
Yeah.
Manufactured victory.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Manufactured
Jeff, I almost had to fire our minister today.
What?
Yeah. He said he doesn't like Star Trek, classic Star Trek.
Huh.
Oh my dear
I was like,
Lord.
I forgive your blasphemy.
No.
Boo.
He says he likes Chris Pine.
What?
At
I mean, it's
least he
better
didn't say he
than
likes Michael Burnham.
Discovery.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Chris Pine is actually decent casting for a Kirk.
Oh, I love him. I think he's great. He's better than
for a movie style Kirk.
He
he's
was
better than
okay and beyond.
Yeah, I mean, he's much better than the not Kirk that's on Strange New Continuity headaches.
I'm talking about Wesley is his name.
Oh.
Wesley, yeah.
Yeah, shut up, Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley. Exactly.
Shut up, Wesley.
There you go.
I'm surprised they didn't pull that in Deadpool vs. Wolverine. When Blade comes back. There's only
Got that
one
audio
Blade.
clip somewhere.
Shut up, Wesley.
Wesley Snipes.
Yep. Who was in the movie, by the way? That was awesome.
That was very good.
Yeah, when
12
he
was
said, I don't like the old Star Trek, I was like, huh? I almost fired him.
Those are fighting words, huh?
Gonna have to have
Yeah.
talk with him.
But you have to
Yeah.
realize, I mean, it's so long ago. I mean, to some people, that's the only Star Trek they've seen. Is
Yeah.
2009. Even 2009 was, what, 15 years ago?
Mary Wiseman
Yeah.
is my favorite Star Trek actor ever. That if anybody says that to you, please fire them on the spot.
Mary, I don't think anyone's ever said that.
There are things I like about 2009.
Be surprised.
It was a little bit lacking. I like some aspects of 2009. I like the way JJ used mirrors to make it look like they're falling. You know, when they're filming the parachute scene. You know, with the drill.
Captain Foley
He
said
actually
it.
used mirrors to film that.
I'm sorry, Mercer. Captain Foley said it, Omni.
Captain Foley?
Yeah, he said Mary
On
Wiseman
Trek Yards?
was his favorite. Yeah.
Oh,
He
come
said Mary
on.
Wiseman was his favorite Star Trek actor because he really loves the red-headed fire.
Are you
bulldog
serious?
that she is.
I
Yes,
think
I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Stuart Foley
you,
said it.
you don't
Crazy
think
Canadian.
he was being facetious, do you?
I don't
think
think
it was
so. 'Cause He
sarcastic.
really likes
Only
Mary
on
Wiseman.
season
He
one.
likes New Trek.
He
A
likes
lot.
New Trek.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hervik says go, Roll.
I think I'm going to bed because my headset is saying that the battery is low, so it will crap out on me in 10 minutes.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
You have 10 minutes left.
If I'm lucky.
You pray to your deity or deities.
Yeah.
Also, a question I got wrong in one of these shows.
What, Corpomite?
Right,
Yeah,
Hervik, I told you, man.
the
You
amount
see?
of minutes. The amount
Oh.
of minutes.
That
Captain
man
Foley
needs
has to
help.
go hunt his whale.
Uh,
Sorry.
He has a good show. I've watched him for a long time.
By the way,
You know,
I did not
I
see
think
the.
he likes Nurse Chapel more. than
I
the
did
one.
not see the Lower Decks episode where they had Lily Sloan and Garrick and all those people on it. I did not see it.
I didn't see any of the last season.
I only
didn't
watched
either.
the first season. I only watched the first season. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't my thing.
Well, the first episode was horrid.
I'm really I hate saying this, especially about lately about Discovery. I was saying it, right? That this last season, if they started off like this, it would have been a good show.
no, it's true.
It would have been a passable show.
Yeah.
It
Who
would have been a
did we
good show because they
lose?
would have improved upon it.
I think Mike.
But it's too
Oh.
late.
So what I
We-
will say is that my first test is, do I like the characters? Do I like spending time with the characters? And I will say that for both Lower Decks and Discovery, I do not like spending time with the characters.
Nope.
That's the main thing. That's first and foremost. You know, I just don't like spending an hour with them. It's hard.
We were rewatching some season 1 on Cinebuns. He was streaming some Discovery and other things the other night, and it was so bad. I haven't watched it in 7 years. I keep saying this, but it was so bad. It was almost. I forgot how bad it was. There were scenes in there I totally forgot about that were worse than you can imagine. And you're right. If you compare that to season 5 of Discovery, that was, like you said, almost okay compared to what they did in season 1.
Worse.
What's that?
I know something worse, and so do you, Omni.
What's coming up in 20 days, perhaps?
No.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Something worse than the characters on Discovery.
What's that?
The fan-acted versions of those characters on Discovery.
Well, oh yeah, remember that? That was pretty bad.
Oh, that
They
was
actually
that
managed
was really
to
bad.
make Michael Burnham worse than she is in canon.
Yeah. If it's canon, but yes, I know what you're saying. Right. But I mean, have you gone back and rewatched like season 1?
Saru is all.
I don't put myself through torture. I don't put myself through agony.
It's worse than you remember. I'm just going to say it that way. It's worse than you remember. You all remember it being bad, but it's worse if you actually rewatch it. I can't believe how bad it is. It's like I've never gone back and rewatched any of it. Maybe an episode or 2 here or there, but not in season 1.
How they dropped the name of the episode in dialogue in almost every episode of the first season.
Yeah.
Context.
Vulcan
is for
hello.
Kings. Roll credits.
Yeah, that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's pointing to the screen.
Yeah.
Look, there's the name drop. There's the name drop.
I can't say the same about Strange New Worlds. I haven't rewatched season 1. I don't think it's as putrid as the earlier Discovery was.
You just
right?
No, it's season
it lacks
2.
drama and wit. It's not bad. It just lacks real wit and it lacks real drama.
Yeah.
Season 2 is the offender, not season 1. Season
Okay.
1's passable.
Okay.
Season 2 is the offender.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be sentenced
Indeed,
to hell.
passable. I would gladly pass the.
You pass.
Passable.
Pass.
The Gorn. Oh my gosh, the Gorn. I said the Gorn.
It's frightening.
Bless
It's
you.
frightening.
Wait a minute. Let me.
Jeff, yeah.
Season 2 of what?
Strange New Continuity.
We were talking about Strange New Worlds.
Okay. Well, we were talking about Discovery as well. I just
And
want to be
right,
clear
what I was trying to say was that it wasn't like I said. Right, it wasn't as putrid as the earlier Discovery stuff.
You know what I really hate about Strange New Worlds with the whole Gorn thing? It's not just the fact that they used the Gorn, which was from the original series, but it's just the fact that I think her character's name is Lon, where she fought the Gorn in the past, and now she's the Gorn expert. I always hate it when they contrive these characters to be like, Kira was good because it made sense for her to know the Cardassians. But when they come up with, this character is, every time the Gorn shows up, she's going to know everything about the Gorn.
Right.
For the episodes. I just hate it when they write
Mary Sue, dude.
stuff.
Yeah, it's Star Trek Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just bugs me. There's something about it, especially if it's not earned. If it's just like the writers need somebody to know stuff.
Like, but everybody, every woman on the show is the best ever.
That's true. But
and it's all women. There's like 3 guys on the ship and all women.
But I almost
in the kitchen the entire time.
The Gorn stuff with her, I kind of all right. Let's say she's damaged and as traumatized as a child with the Gorn. Okay, fine. Why do this whole Noonien Singh thing then? Why do you need 2 different things to happen to her? So she's a descendant of Khan. But then she's also messing with the. It's like it's just too much happening with this character. You just do one or the other.
Everybody has to have a tragic backstory. Like they killed off Uhura's parents or something, right?
Yeah, they died in a shuttle accident or something, and her brother too.
I can't even remember what happened to her.
Uhura was an orphan.
Every time the Gorn are mentioned, she's the character that they put the camera on.
Right. Well, she escaped the Gorn. She was the only one to escape. Which right? She's the only one that made it out alive out of her ship that was taken.
Our TOS characters, I'll make this point. Our TOS characters on that show, like Uhura and now Scotty, we don't know anything about their backstory, so it isn't unless we read novels.
Except what John said, tragedy.
It's a blank slate. So whatever they come up with is what they've come up with. That's their backstory. I can excuse that I can excuse it. I cannot excuse blatant canon violations, and I cannot excuse a single time travel episode wiping out 50 years of established Star Trek. Not in my book. No. So how can you have Star Trek Discovery as non-canon and accept Strange New Worlds canon? Yet
Yeah,
50 years
Strange
of
New
Star
Worlds
Trek
is
is now
a spin-off.
gone.
Yeah, I
They've
don't.
not wiped
Spin-off
out
from Discovery.
Discovery.
I know. As much as we wish they would have.
It didn't. All it did was that they even showed canon proto-Klingons from Genesis.
Genesis.
So, yeah, it's just like what Dave said, right? What did Dave said? Oh, they showed the ship
Night,
turning
Patrick.
into a sovereign class. Does that mean the sovereign
night.
class is good night, Patrick? Does that mean the sovereign class is not canon either?
Right. It's alternate.
Yeah, it makes
It's
no
an alternate.
sense.
Yeah.
And Dave said it best. He said, those Klingons that we saw, they might not have been Klingons that we liked or known because they could have been a sub-race of Klingons,
Mm-hmm.
which still, that doesn't make any sense either, but
The
it is
Herc.
what it is.
Could have been the Herc.
The Herc, yeah. The Kling Hercs.
The Kling Hercs. Yeah.
But no, sorry, Fandom Menace. Star Trek Discovery is canon.
But look how it excited the fan base, if you want to call them that, the fandom menace, as you say. But I mean, look what it did for a week there. Everyone, they saw a glimmer of hope. They're like, oh my God, thank God. Thank goodness. Look at what happened. Like, it's gone.
Dream Crusher time. Guess what? Skydance is doing nothing.
Well, they're not officially they're not officially running things yet. The merger's still happening. But they're looking at their assets, they're looking at their properties and going, what the hell are you doing with Star Trek? You're trashing it. I believe that part of it, or at least some part of that theory.
I don't think.
You don't think so? The intellectual, what do you call it? The merchandising is down. They said 90% or 100%. No one's buying the merchandise. No one's buying the discs. Star
Good
Trek
night,
used
Brad.
to be the jewel
Hey, Brad.
of good night, Brad, of Paramount. What's the jewel now? You have 3 movies that just
Sonic.
What's that?
Sonic. Critically acclaimed. Everybody loves these Sonic movies.
No, they're good.
They're very good. Yeah. Much better than Star Trek is, I'm sorry to say right now.
Paramount's probably making more money on their residuals of classic Trek than they are on anything else right now. It's on TV. It's on at least one channel all the time. They're playing reruns of Star Trek, DS9, TNG, the original series. It's always playing somewhere.
Broadcast TV is about to go out in the next 20 years anyway, so that's not going to be very profitable.
Okay, so then that's not sustainable then. Yeah.
No, it's
Keep-
going
Star
all straight.
Trek, Star Trek did prophesize that.
Yeah.
Yep. An episode that took place last year.
Which one?
Oh, past tense.
Past tense. Took place
Oh! I'm like, what's last year? What are you talking about? Okay.
It is the first.
Well, the web kind of what do they call it? The interweb or what was it called?
It's the first episode
The net,
of
the
Star
net.
Trek to portray
Net.
a near future that is now in the past.
Yeah. Channel
I don't
90.
think so. I don't think it's the first one.
It is the first one
Hmm.
because everything else took place in modern day of the time of airing. We have tomorrow.
What
Tomorrow,
about
today,
Carpenter
and
Street?
Assignment Earth were all in the same year of broadcast. Star Trek 4 was in the same year of release.
What about Picard season 2?
Picard season 2 was last year.
What about Carpenter Street?
Carpenter Street, yeah.
Carpenter
Well,
Street was the 1950s.
No. It was Detroit in the
No,
2000s,
no,
Detroit.
90s,
20.
2000s.
That was 2010s.
I thought it was
Oh,
2000.
it's 2004. That's right.
Was it 2004?
It was
Like, it was-
2004.
It was the year it
Mac
aired,
was
wasn't it?
2002.
Oh,
So yeah,
Okay.
Carpenter Street,
Yep.
and then it was past tense.
And you said past tense, yeah.
Yeah, because past tense came before Picard season.
1996.
First season 2. Yeah, 1996
Okay.
Futures End. Well, that was the year of
My mistake.
broadcast.
Future's End, yeah.
Yeah, that was year of broadcast. So that didn't count. That doesn't count in the list.
Times Arrow, but they went back to 18th
Times Arrow was
century.
past. Yeah, it was kind of faithful to the past anyway.
Past.
past. Is it past?
What else did they go
Time's
back
arrows
in
in the
time?
past.
Oh, and of course, the Toronto Strange New Worlds.
Doesn't count.
Tomorrow was it? Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. The same name of the episode, the time travel episode from the Orville.
And that one went back to, what year was that? Was that 2024 or 6 or something?
That was your broadcast, I think. No, 2024. Right.
So that was the same year that Picard went back in season 2.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And the same year the Orville went back to.
It's 2024.
It was 2024 with Gordon. So if it's not your broadcast, it was a.
It was weird that Gordon couldn't get the Orville license plate for his car. He had to kind of make do with an alternate version of the license plate.
City on the Edge of Pefever.
That was
Of
1930s.
That was 1930s that went back. We're not talking about. We weren't talking about episodes that went back to a real past or year or back to the year of
You might
broadcast.
be right. That Things Past was the first. I like that bit where they disappear in front of the hippies. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
O'Brien's
Whoosh!
giving him the peace signal. Yeah.
I'm invisible.
Far out.
I gotta tell you, Dax's hairdo was so weird.
Who?
What did it?
Dax?
My nose.
Dax's hair, and the worst hairdo that she ever had was in season 3, the first 2 episodes, where
They were trying something different besides a ponytail, right? They kind of bobbed it up or something.
They put like a whole bottle of gel in her hair.
Yeah.
For those 2 episodes. It looked like a brick. It looked like they just put a gel brick on her head.
They got the new uniforms. They got the new comm badges. I guess they figured, you know what? Let's try to change their appearance a little bit, right?
Dump the soul glow.
Soul glow.
Just let your soul glow. Soul glow. Just let it shine. That's great.
By the way, the guy that plays Sloane was in Die Hard 2.
William Sadler.
Yeah, and he was
Yes,
in
sir.
he was in the Shawshank Redemption,
He was. He was good. Very good in that movie, actually.
and he was in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Well, a lot of Trek was in Shawshank too, wasn't the warden, Captain Maxwell,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
the guard was what's his name? Clancy.
Yeah. That was what was his name in Desert Crossing?
Zobral or something like that.
Zobral,
That's it. Yeah.
That's a big grand name.
The essence of the male.
Male. I was just thinking that, dude.
By the
I would
way,
be insulted.
Patrick Kilpatrick, who is in DS9 as the guy that would collect Ketracel light tubes. He was in Remo Williams with Joel Grey and Kate. What's her name? Mulgrew. Kate Mulgrew and Joel Grey. They were all 3 of them were in Remo Williams. The greatest Knight Rider ripoff in history.
Often duplicated, imitated, never duplicated.
The very beginning, it's just like Knight Rider, except for there's no car. He's recruited into a very tiny organization after they declare him dead and change his face. I mean, how similar is that?
I mean, it came out afterwards, so I mean, they did probably take it from there. Yeah, he wears a black jacket too, right?
Yeah, you got to check that movie out. You got to check that movie out, Omni. It's pretty funny.
Mercer's doing a rewatch. He got the DVDs for Christmas.
That's awesome.
And he's watching them slowly from the beginning.
So within the next few decades, I'll be done with them.
Yeah.
No,
Decades?
I'm hoping to watch them tomorrow, but I just
it's good.
That was decades.
I'm
on to my second disc starting tomorrow.
They had
Who
4
are
seasons.
you? Are you Matthew?
I know. Are we off for tomorrow too? I mean, for Monday? We're not.
Matthew said since his wife was out of town this past week.
Yeah.
he can't go out of town this coming week. So
Okay.
we should have our show this coming
Oh, that's
Monday.
good. That's good.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the time where we actually get the money to send MVP those Blu-rays of Enterprise.
How much are they? I mean, are they that much money? Let me see
We'll
here.
need to get the right region code for him.
Oh, that's right.
Well, the Blu-rays, aren't they all the same region as
No.
Japan and the US?
They're locked, right? I don't know.
They're a different Blu-ray region too?
I know when I play a Blu-ray on my computer, I have to choose the region sometimes. Like
Right.
There's region 1, 2, 3 on. I think I use VLC player.
Oh, okay.
And if I had it on the wrong setting one time, and funny enough, my Knight Rider Blu-ray wouldn't play. It says wrong region. I go, okay, I had to change it back to 1, and then it plays.
New Zealand is region B.
B.
North America is region A.
So Japan's also region A.
I have this movie
Yes.
that I saved called Strange Days, but I saved it as an AVI file, and my TV doesn't recognize it, which really sucks because it's a great movie. But my computer will play it because it's an AVI file. But my TV, when I plug the stick into my TV, has no idea. It doesn't even read it. It's called Strange Days, and I wanted to play it because it takes place on New Year's Eve, and I wanted to play it during New Year's Eve, but never got a chance.
On Amazon, it says Star Trek Enterprise: The Full Journey Blu-ray, region free, for $68.71. It's actually not a bad buy. You can get 4 seasons of quality.
Region free. It should play anywhere.
Quality television.
Let's start a GoFundMe so we can do it.
He's not going to play them though.
Yes, he will.
He seriously will.
The dude loves Enterprise. He's just playing a role.
He's playing a role.
Somehow I don't think he is.
He won't do it.
But he'll answer all the Enterprise questions. Oh, it's the damn non-canon show. Who are the Zindi? You're right. For somebody that doesn't like the Enterprise.
He knew a deep cut. You're right. There was something about season 3 Enterprise. He knew the answer, and I was shocked. I forget what it was.
Yep.
I forgot. I was sort of like,
only somebody like me and you who do watch Enterprise would get.
And I admit, I don't watch Enterprise as much as I do the other series. I've admitted that, but I mean, yeah, and you're right. And he got it. I didn't even know, and he got it. I was like, what? Good for him.
Yeah, I just talked to him not too long ago. I think it was a few days ago. Yeah. He was talking to me about Enterprise, and it was non-canon.
Non-canon.
Nonsense. Part of the group when you have to
Mr.
listen
VP.
to that. The damn non-canon show.
Yeah.
Why do you make me sound like Bernie Sanders?
But he says you sound like Bernie Sanders.
Yep.
Yeah, I decided to write a song about MVP, the Canon King.
He is the Canon King. That's right.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear that.
Well, I sent it to him. So I don't know if I can play it on here right now. Let me see.
He's a good egg.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Really,
Can you send it to me?
love giving him crap for it.
Oh yeah, that's half the fun.
Yeah, he's a good egg.
Yes, he is.
Canon King TM says Planet X. Nice little Doomcock cut. TM.
TM trademark.
Yep.
Oh, and he was going off about this supposed non-canon stuff.
Oh, that's why I turned it off, because it's like,
and
he goes, my anonymous sources have told me that they're going to fire Kurtzman.
It's right.
Like, dude, shut up. No, they're not.
But it's full circle for him, right? Because his whole platform started with Discovery, right?
Hey, kitty.
But didn't, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't his whole platform start with Discovery?
Normal.
Yeah.
So it's like full circle for him.
Tired. That's not going to happen.
Right. Well, I guess he's trying to manifest it.
She's tired.
Normal's just like, I'm not amused.
Yeah, that's I'm on guard, leave me alone. I'm with my human. What is this thing that's in my face? Do I need to attack it?
Want to go back to bed? Okay.
Eric says because and continuity are two different things.
Yeah, he's right. It is.
Yeah, just ask the producers.
What they need to do. What they need to do is actually get somebody that knows how to write Star Trek, and just figure out a way to tell good stories again with good characters.
They already do have people. They're called the Reeve Stevenses, and they did write Star Trek. Unfortunately, the current cast is not employing them.
Right.
I love the Reeve Stevenses. They wrote The Making of Deep Space Nine. They wrote a couple novels.
They wrote most of season 4 of Enterprise.
I don't think they wrote most of it, but I do know that they wrote The Forge, and I think they wrote The Observer Effect, but I'm not sure.
And didn't they do one of the Terra Prime ones?
They might have. I'd have to look. Yeah. I'm just going from memory.
I still wonder what Brian Fuller.
From memory.
I wonder what Brian Fuller had up his sleeve, though. Initially, I still want to know what he really wanted to do with Discovery that we never got to see.
Well, we already know through him and through Nicholas Meyer, they wanted to do an anthology series with it.
But what would that look
Michael
like?
Burnham all the way through to like the movie era, where she would eventually become captain of Discovery, like after the events of Star Trek VI.
I remember the early writings about the show before when it was in pre-production. They talked about that. It was going to. They made it very clear. It was going to be about the first officer. We're not making this about the captain. They said it like a million times in those early interviews to try to be different. They did mention anthology. I saw that word used, but later on. But I still want to know what adventures they would have gotten into, what he had in mind. I think it would have been probably good. Is what I'm trying to say. Like I don't know. We never got a chance to see it.
It was also originally supposed to be exactly what we saw, which was a political piece, a hit piece against Trump and against Trump supporters.
Now that could be. I don't know about his standings. It could be.
That's what it was. That whole the first 2 episodes were all Brian Fuller. It was written and filmed by Brian Fuller.
So those 2 were kind of uncorrupted, is what you're saying. That was him.
They were uncorrupted from his vision. From episode 3 onward, forget about it.
Then it all got derailed.
Then it was like Gretchen Herbert or whatever those 2 hacks' names were.
Yeah.
Bo Young Kim writing half of it.
Oh yeah.
What a hack!
Yeah, I forgot about that. Hack.
Oh, if Cinnabon has to go against any kind of hack Asian, it's Bo Young Kim. Wow, what a terrible writer. She was the infamous wretch that gave us Pike going, I am a Starfleet officer. I care about truth and love.
So I have the song.
Now this is about Mr. VP, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to hear this.
Here we go.
Down in his quarters on deck number 3 lives a Trekkie known as MVP. His database sorted, categorized clean. Not a single non-canon seemed to be seen. He's got rules, oh so many rules about what makes Trek true. MVP, the canon king, won't watch anything unless Paramount gave him wings. That's his whole philosophy. Pure Trek guaranteed, that's MVP.
Oh, it's so good.
Try showing him fan films, he'll shake his head. Give me Cisco and Picard instead. His collection's pure as volcanic logic flows. Every episode in chronologic rows. MVP, the Canon King won't watch anything unless Paramount gave it wings. That's his whole philosophy. Pure track guaranteed. That's MVP. No alternate timelines, no YouTube finds. If it's not in the books from official minds, he'll beam right out without a doubt. 'Cause that's what MVP's about. His friends call him strict, but he doesn't mind keeping Trek's legacy well defined. From Kirk to Pike to Janeway's way.
That's right.
The Canon flag is what he'll display. MVP, the Canon King won't watch anything unless Paramount gave it wings. That's his whole philosophy. Pure track guaranteed. That's MVP. 100% Canon guaranteed.
That's awesome.
Canon guaranteed. That's great.
Nice.
That's great.
Didn't Enterprise get wings from Paramount? I mean, didn't?
Yeah.
I love it. We have to tell him that, though.
Yeah. He's like,
I
well,
believe-
I do watch some fan flicks, but I won't have anything to do with Enterprise. Is what he
Yes.
basically was saying.
He's made that very clear.
We got to show him that that one Abomination was a fan film with Michael Burnham in it.
That's hard to watch. That's hard to watch.
I don't know. If
I
could
turned it off
post
after like 20 seconds. It was so bad.
So
Which
bad.
fan film is that?
Oh, I don't remember.
Didn't we watch it
trashed-
together? Didn't you and I do a
Absolutely
video on that?
We
Are you talking
did.
about
We
Renegades? What are you talking
totally
about?
trashed it. Renegade sucks.
Which one are you talking about?
It was
though?
after that. It was
Unification?
no, it was a fan film where they actually had a Michael Burnham, character in it.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
It
They
was
had Michael Burnham
And
and
Tilly, yeah.
Tilly.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, it was horrible.
It was in the middle of. We were watching a couple of different fan films. It was one of the ones you put on during that broadcast, and it was
I put it on first as a joke, but we absolutely had to trash it.
it was terrible. It was so bad.
Oh, we had
Like it was
to.
the worst one. It was the worst one we've seen, actually. Right? We watched a
I think
few
it was
of
the
them.
worst fan film I'd ever seen.
It was yeah.
Besides the Up All Night Productions ones, those were pretty bad too. But this one is the worst.
You get those ones from like Europe, right? You get from different countries. They do a lot of green screen sets and stuff, and even those are a little hard to watch. They're very amateur actors that can barely speak English, but those are better than that Discovery one. But they're trying.
I watched all of Hidden Frontier as it came out, talking about green screen. Star
Which one
Trek.
was that one? That was the
very, very first one that did all green screen.
okay.
All I got to say is something based on trash is going to be trash.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Garbage in, garbage out, right? Is that how it goes?
Exactly.
Target their cargo hold.
That's
Time to take out the garbage.
that's the Starfleet way.
Violence.
Right.
It's the Starfleet way.
That's right. That's it.
She's putting on her anal probe gloves. Living Witness was good.
I liked it.
That's
I
not
liked
how it happened. That portrays Janeway the same way. Correct way. Violence. It's the
Starfleet way. Yeah, exactly.
You've got 15 seconds before I have Tuvok drag you down.
Sick bay. Sick bay. That was a cool. I mean, that episode was interesting, but that shot, they actually follow them from the conference room through the bridge into the ready room. It was one shot. You don't see that too often. And she's screaming at him. I wonder how many takes they took to get that, but it was pretty good. You got 30 seconds. Tuvok dragging a sick bay.
You do that so well. John Luke, how would you like to have a little trip to Romulus?
The Borg, the Sona. All the easy assignments. Planet X says time to take out the garbage.
Yep. Garbage.
Look, she did pretty good, the Delta Quadrant. She held to her values for the most part. You know, a couple of little incidents here and there.
The values of killing people.
What happens in the void stays in the void. That's what I say.
What happens in the D stays in the D.
How could they justify her destroying that ship, though? I mean, because she was poisoning those indigenous people? Is that...
They couldn't. We really looked at
I mean...
There was no justification.
There was no justification.
They even
Zero.
said that they said the ship was moving out of the way.
Right. It was moving.
There was no reason for
It was no longer a threat.
I mean, it was still dumping its trash, but it was going to leave eventually, right? It was going to go and then come back, but it it's blowing up. Yeah, that was silly.
For whom Jeff says,
Excuse me?
Tuvix.
Yeah, he says, I love Janeway, but I can't forgive her for Tuvix. To whom Jeff
Who's
says,
that? Who's
there
that?
One of Janeway's systems.
Who is this Tuvix person?
There it is.
I have no idea.
I wonder if it's just sloppy writing, you know? Like that cargo hold incident and Tuvix, like... Did they think we'd be talking about this for this long, for this many years? It probably wasn't. They probably just, you know, it's one of 26 episodes in the season. All right, we'll just do this. We'll try that. We'll do this. Like,
and nobody reacted to it. I mean, think about it. Janeway says target their cargo hold.
Right.
Voyager targets the cargo hold, throws a couple of photon torpedoes at the ship, blows it up.
Right.
Krug's gunner was told to target the weapon systems of the Grissom, blows up the Grissom, and he gets vaporized for it.
That's true.
It's kind of like that scene in Unification where they try to target something non-essential and they end up blowing the whole ship up. And I kept thinking of that line from Spaceballs. It's like, I told you to fire across their nose, not up it. That is the funniest episode, Unification, because a lot of the episode is just about how do people sleep. Well, Vulcans sleep on a big slab for no reason, and Klingons sleep on shelves.
Oh, you're missing the whole nightclub scene, dude.
Oh yeah, and the
sucks
Klingon
off
opera lady.
Oh, did you watch that video? I posted it in the Discord. Did you guys see that?
No.
I missed it.
The Mailota. It's in fun videos to watch on Matthew's Discord.
I did see it. I just didn't watch it.
It's only about 3 minutes, but it's hilarious. They remastered that. Yes. It's so good. It's so good. You have to watch it. It's on the I guess. Well,
Matthew's Discord.
Yeah, you went. I'll see if I can private message it to you.
A fat Ferengi has just. Is that Maylor Famigal I hear?
Yes.
On my way. Oh, you're from the Enterprise Industry.
I don't know what.
You did kill my ex-husband. That's a start.
I'm gonna check this out after the stream.
Oh yeah, it's this guy's been remastering a lot of.
That's awesome.
Klingon music and Star Trek music. His name is Bunny Lord, and it's been great. I mean, it's been very funny to watch these
That
videos.
lady has such an attitude. The lady with the hands.
Oh, you
and
put
the,
the link in there.
Thank you.
He did a good version of Koi Kellis Puklod. That was awesome. They used the same scenes over and over again, though. But he also used Star Trek Klingon. Which is not
Oh, he okay.
Thank you, Omni.
Puklod, Koi, Bush. Yeah, he used a lot of footage from Star Trek Klingon. That was the original episode where that song came from. Was from
Which
the
one?
CD-ROM game.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it really?
But
Yeah.
wasn't it also in Deep Space Nine when Worf is hanging out with his old father's buddy? You know, when there's
No, they sang that. They sang that after
Way of the Warrior. I'm talking
Worf. No, Worf was already on the Rotaran. He just lost his challenge fight to Martok, and they started singing it at the end of the episode.
Oh.
Soldiers of the
Oh,
Empire.
okay.
Rock Shot song, but I was thinking of the other song that they're singing while drinking blood wine.
Yeah, that's right. They have that. I think that one's on here.
That
too.
was Way of the Warrior. That
Dude,
was the
what's
first
funny is
time.
that-
It says Klingon drinking song.
I
Yes,
remember-
he
I
does have
remember
one
when-
for that.
When I was in college, I watched The Way of the Warrior in my dorm room, and then a few days later, I heard that song. I woke up to it because the guy in the next dorm was playing the episode, and that's the only thing I could hear was that song.
And then
Yeah,
he
and
has
then Voyager ruined it.
Yeah.
he did all the Klingon songs, and then he has a Borg one on there, kind of like a dance, like a techno dance song, and then he's got some other ones, a tribute to Tony Todd, and some
I
really
can
good
only
ones.
imagine the Borg one.
It's that's what it is. You'll be assimilated.
Resistance of futile.
You'll be assimilated.
You'll be
That's it.
assimilated.
You got it. That's it. You just did the whole
That's
video.
it?
You just did. It's a minute. It's a minute 50 of that. Yes, you just did it. You just nailed it.
With the New
But it's
Jersey
good though. But it's
Right?
actually good. It's not bad. What?
Did you get it, Jeff?
Yes.
Resistance is futile. You'll be assimilated.
Yes, we are the Borg. We are the Borg.
Lower your shields. Lower your shields.
Time to do assimilating of our own.
Yeah.
That's right. Janeway.
Must have been something you assimilated.
She had a lot of one-liners. I mean, she had more one-liners than Cisco or Picard ever did. Right?
We are the Borg.
we are the drones.
Be drones that will make us closer to perfection.
Okay, I've got it.
Borg for Africa or something like that.
They have Bajoran metal. What is this here?
Oh yeah, the Palwraith medal is a good one.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I didn't see this one.
I did a couple of original Klingon songs too on my channel.
Those were good.
Are these still on my channel?
Those were really. You sent us links to them. I don't
I sent
remember.
them, yeah.
Because you had different versions of them you were toying with, right? You had like version A, version B, and you were.
Yeah. I think they're gone though because they changed to unless you pay for a thing, we're not going to keep your data on the server.
Huh. He's getting a lot of views though in these things. He's getting...
Oh, and I left.
Her phone probably kicked her off.
There's a choice we're making. We assimilated everyone.
Yes. So Anna wrote a new Jeopnerdy song.
Oh wow!
And I have it. So, shall I go ahead and play it?
Absolutely.
Go for it.
Me.
All right, here we go.
Can barely see far, far away, where trivia reigns and the smart kids play. There's a stage lit bright with a buzz in the air. It's Jeopnerdy time. Come join if you dare. Jeopnerdy, all the questions fly. With John at the helm, we're reaching for the sky. Professor Brainy Specs with knowledge so As the lights start to flash, let the games begin. From Klingons to Vulcans, we'll test your might. In this battle of wits, we'll shine so bright. Jeopnerdy, all the questions fly. With John at the helm, we're reaching for the sky. Professor Brainy Specs, with knowledge so vast. In this cosmic game, we're having a blast. Who's the captain of the Enterprise? Buzzing quick, don't let it pass by. Which planet's home to the Tribbles' delight? With every right answer, we're soaring in flight. From warp speed to phasers, we're ready to play. With each clever clue, we're paving the way. So beam us up, Scotty, let's take on the night. In this Jeopnerdy showdown, we'll reach new heights. Jeopnerdy, all the questions fly. With John at the helm, we're reaching for the sky. Professor Brainy Specs, with knowledge so vast. In this cosmic game, we're having a blast. So gather your friends, let the fun never end. In the world of Jeopnerdy, we're all on the mend. With laughter and learning, we'll boldly go. In this trivia universe, we're stealing the
Amazing.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So clever.
How do
It's
you
really
write
good.
songs like that? How do you do it?
Oh, I decided to let AI write some of it, and then I rearrange everything that AI does and turn it into a song.
That's so amazing that
Yeah.
we can collaborate with these computers. Like, it's like the way Michael and Kit were collaborating about what stunts to do during the stunt show.
That's right.
Kind of like that.
That's right.
Kit was very witty, by the way, in that episode. Very funny.
Mm-hmm. Good
He's
stuff.
starting to like take more pride in himself.
His journey is like Data's. He kind of gets more
Yeah.
human as the seasons go on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But Anna, this was so good. I mean, it's amazing. And
Oh, thank you.
like the words. It's really interesting. You put like the laughter and learning, and it's who we are. And the trivia and what John does and what the Professor does. It's just great. It's so good.
What AI engine are you using for the music gen?
It's called Music AI.
AImusic.so.
Yeah, it's in the Google App
Really
Store.
cool.
but
That's
yeah.
one I
love what you sent me.
That's
By
the one
the
I'm
way,
using.
I know it's a more personal thing, so I won't talk about it. But I love the one you sent me. I appreciate it so much. It's a great thing to.
How do you like that one?
I didn't see it right away because I'd been like under the weather, and even though I saw messages, like it wasn't really. I was mainly in bed for like almost 2 or 3 weeks straight.
Oh my God.
You know,
Yeah.
it was a terrible Christmas, and I was with my brother, who I don't get along with, and it was just a terrible. It was a terrible time. So,
Anna, do you use music.ai?
Let me look at my apps. Hold on.
I think she's using a different one, Tokyo.
Music.ai.
I hope they don't start like I like it. I just they don't start making don't overuse it. You know what I mean? Like in movies. That's my only
48-hour temporary storage. 2 concurrent processing jobs.
So I saw.
Yeah,
I
I've
saw
got the lifetime subscription to it, so
oh, cool.
I had to pay for that.
I saw the new Wallace and Gromit movie the other day. It was great.
Yeah, is it good? I
Oh,
wanted to
it's
see
so
that.
good. I loved it. I loved everything about it. Like, of course, my favorite is still the wrong trousers, and that's it'll never be topped. But this new
I'm gonna
one,
go
Yeah.
make lunch. I'll be right back. Unless you're
it
gonna
was, it was
call
so
it, John,
funny.
because it's 2:00 in the afternoon here.
There's a great scene that was a tribute to Aliens,
For a while,
which I
bro.
loved. There's like a whole scene that was taken from Aliens, which I loved. Um, it was such a funny movie.
Yeah, we love Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, Gromit is incredible. He's just so expressive, and the villain, which is the Penguin, he also doesn't talk, so he's just brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever my oldest son was little, he couldn't say Wallace and Gromit, so he called it Wummus and Grummum.
It reminds me,
That's
my
funny.
my ex, her sister used to call, well, her dad used to like dress up in these green overalls for work, like these big green, like I don't remember where he worked, some kind of factory, and her sister called him Gumba, but she meant to say Gumby, from the claymation. But
Grumba.
she said it wrong. She said Gumba.
Crumba.
They've been calling their dad Gumba ever since. Even as adults, they still call him Gumba. It just stuck. You know what I mean? So it's funny how things like that stick. But yeah, Gromit, Wallace and Gromit, I saw in college for the first time in a class called Cartoons and Culture, and I had no idea what to expect because I'd never heard of it, and it was just brilliant. I thought it was one of the best animations I've ever seen.
You talk and you talk.
Human.
There's a great scene in the beginning where he says that the gnome is voice activated, and Gromit just looks at him like, because Gromit doesn't speak. So Gromit just looks at him like, okay, it's voice activated.
Yeah, Gromit is one of my favorite characters. I
Yeah,
think
he's so
funny.
good. I like drawing him for the kids at school. Yeah, there was definitely like a tribute to Aliens and the Matrix in the movie, and great stuff. I had a great time tonight, John. You had some really hard ones in that third round.
Yeah,
What were you trying to do?
that
Kill
was
us
tough.
all?
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, even if they were hard.
Oh, they were really hard. It's like the Prophets one.
That was difficult
Unless you'd seen them recently, it's so hard to remember which ones they're from.
because they get so jumbled. Those later DS9 episodes, I've always said it. It's like one big story. You don't know exactly which episode.
Yeah,
They
each
blend. Right, they
blend into each other.
They're not distinctive.
I didn't watch round 2, but I was getting more of the questions from the second game. Like I got the final Jeopardy, I got a few of the other questions, but the first and third rounds are extremely difficult.
And a lot of those prophets ones, like you were saying, they sound like they can come from Emissary, like almost all of them.
Yeah.
But obviously they're not.
Or
but,
what was the one where?
But you can imagine it being there.
Where Quark went and visited the prophets. What was that one?
Prophet and
yeah.
Prophet Motive.
Yeah.
The Zek.
Zek.
He's the Zek.
Can anyone just go in there and do what Quark did and visit the prophets?
That's a good question too. Well, did he have an orb? He opened the orb, didn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
He had the orb with him. That's the only way he got their attention.
Yeah, I think anyone other than Cisco needs to bring an orb.
Otherwise, you're nothing. You're just corporeal, nothing beings. Nonsense.
Yeah, the Cisco can skip the middleman.
Well, you're
That's
one of
right.
those corporeal beings. You can't come in here. It's against
And I
canon.
like the session with the guy that you were talking about, the poet. That was a good episode.
But they didn't call him the Acorum. Like, the only people they called the was Cisco and Zek, as far as I know, right? Was there any other thes? Like,
But tell them, I am the emissary. The Cisco must return.
The jars are what you would call the past.
That's it. The Cisco is the future.
But I loved watching, like earlier today, I watched Little Green Man, and I love the fact that that's officially how Area 51 and Hangar 18, that's officially what happened in the timeline.
It's not linear.
It's timey
It's
wimey.
not linear.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good game,
Was-
John. It was, like I said, the Superman one. I would have, I would have done pretty well. But the one you thought of for Little Green Men, where we had to guess that guy's name,
Yeah, that was tough.
so hard. Because I just watched it and I couldn't remember his name.
You couldn't remember my name?
No,
Jeff.
I mean, it's a professor named Jeff. Should be easy to remember.
yeah, it was a good question. I just couldn't remember it. I like Denning though. Denning was the guy from
Is that him?
the children's show lead. Was he in Rambo as well? Was he the same guy that was in First Blood?
2.
Was
He was
the
in part 2. He was
yeah,
in part
was
2.
it-
Yeah.
was that the same actor?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think that
he
was
said
him.
Murdoch. You know, Murdoch, I'm coming to get you.
Yeah, that's him.
Last night I was reviewing the Jeopnerdy boards for tonight's games, and after I reviewed the third board, I messaged John. I said, "OMG, you didn't." He responds, "What did I do?" I said, "LOL, final Jeopnerdy round 3." Ah, yes, I sure did.
It's like a troll answer, right? It's like from that video. That's funny.
And the girl that played Nurse Garland, she was in Invasive Procedures.
You know, I forgot about that. That's a really good connection. I forgot that was the same actress.
Yeah,
that
she's the
she
one
was.
that got to beat up Kira.
She did beat up Kira. She was the girlfriend of the
Yeah.
of the guy.
My fish and chips are almost done. My bad accent.
My cockatoo's name was Kira.
That's nice.
Aw.
Mhm.
When did you have one of those?
2006.
I did not know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think is the funniest episode? Usually, I think probably it's going to be a Deep Space Nine episode, but maybe you guys think of something else.
The funniest one? Where you just laugh the hardest? You mean?
Yeah. I like In the Cards. That's funny in a
None.
different way, but I think it's
That's
really
good.
I would say
I would
none.
say none.
None. I take Trek too seriously. Well, the classic Trek. I take it
I
too
like House
seriously.
of Cork a lot. I laugh without even in a joke, just because the situation just elevating every scene.
I laugh at the original series, some of the campiness of it, like, you know, that scene where Spock is beating up Nancy and he gets thrown across the wall, or he smashes the computer, or, you know, he says, "Stand by the photograph." Like, I'm laughing at it. I'm not laughing with it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
what is this?
What is this? Yeah, and he throws the soup. Like, I'm laughing. At that point.
I wanted some soup. I damn asked for it.
I was. Damage report, all stations.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at the show. Yeah.
For where they're trying to be comedic,
right?
I would say I Mud.
I was thinking about that one as well.
Yes, Lord Mudd. Yeah.
That is hysterical.
Lord Mudd the First. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Mud.
I didn't like Mud in the first story he was in, but the second one was just pure comedy gold.
Mudd's Women, you mean? That one was.
Yeah, Mud's Women. I didn't care for that episode.
The guy,
second one was funny.
The guy that played Mud voiced a lot of Transformers. I don't know if you guys knew that. He voiced a lot of Transformers.
TNG, there wasn't that many funny episodes, was there? I mean, it was a couple light-hearted ones, but I wouldn't say it was anything comical. DS9.
Well, maybe Hollow Pursuits.
Okay. That was funny. Yeah, you see them with the sword play and all that, and even I guess take that to what, to Cupid maybe a little bit, right? With the right?
Well, probably the funniest TNG would be
Cupid was
Deja Q.
Deja
Deja
Q.
Q.
Thank you.
Red Alert.
That was just
Fistful
fun.
of Datas is hilarious.
Yeah, that was another good one.
That was good.
No, I liked it.
Ooh, that episode.
Data's Day was pretty funny at times.
I didn't laugh at I smirked at those.
West.
The Ancient West. I smirked. I
Rascals.
didn't laugh.
Rascals, where the kids,
No.
he's like,
Yeah,
oh, but the Ode to Technobabble, which is my favorite Riker scene, where he's like, we played these telecord crad processors into the.
Great.
You do know what
Perfect.
a telecord crad processor is.
I can't believe the Ferengi bought it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Of course I do. Okay.
Rascals was good.
Rascals, yeah.
What does he call them? I don't know.
Something core, helix, califram, ramifram. I don't know, something like that.
Don't touch that.
I want to see my father. Now.
Exactly.
I love the fact that they have to use the school's computer to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
It's a big fans using a kid's computer, and it's like a big.
I'm sorry, I cannot do that. Would you like to play a game instead?
Would you like to color? They really use that joke. They really sometimes take humor and they just push it to as far as they can go.
I mean, DS9 had the Ferengi episodes. That was their right.
The
Their
new
kind of-
Grand Egg is Quark, but the best thing is like, my father cast a very long shadow because you don't disappear in it.
We never saw him again, the Negus' son, did we?
Nope.
I don't think
He
so.
kind of right. All the Ferengi episodes, he never
That
really
nasally
reappeared.
voice, that nasally voice that he has. You could
Yeah.
have stood by and watched him withhold the scepter while you made plans.
And that Damon that played Bach in the Next Generation episode. We were talking about this earlier. What was it with was it Birthright or Bloodlines? What was it?
Bloodlines.
Bloodlines.
Yeah.
He also played a Ferengi in the Negus episode. So it's like they all recycled all the Ferengi, I guess, because of the makeup and what have you. You know, it was always,
Did you
they brought
like-
the same actors back again, different characters.
Now, one of my favorite comedy
Reuse
episodes.
prosthetics.
Yep.
One of my favorite comedy episodes is called Singularity. It's
Oh
from
yeah, that was
Enterprise,
good.
Where
That
they
was
all just like have these menial. I always think that T'Pol was even affected. They imply that she wasn't affected, but I think her effect was trying to figure out what was causing all this. Like she was so into that. But I really like that episode. It's very funny. I also like the Ferengi episode that they did.
Carrots.
I just like the Captain
Toshi.
Cherry.
You startle me, Jeff.
I about died when she yelled out, "Carrots!"
Carrots. That soup she was working on for 3 days.
Right.
It's a good episode. And what I like about that episode is that it follows the tradition of Berman Trek or even old Trek, where to get to know the characters, you give them some kind of disease which kind of exaggerates their personalities. Like you have the Naked Time, you have the
Right.
Naked Now.
They can get out of their character a bit. They
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, you have Babel from DS9, which
Sure.
is we were talking gibberish. And then I forget what they did for Voyager, but for Enterprise, it's Singularity.
I would say the Killing Game in Voyager,
Yeah.
right? A little bit, maybe with the.
The point is, it's a great way to kind of get to know the characters and give them something fun to do, and have them all participate.
What about Take Me Out to the Holosuite?
That's great.
Or even Star Trek 4 is still funny to
Actually,
me.
that
Yeah.
I would consider probably one of the funniest episodes of Trek.
What's that?
Taking Me Out to the Hollow Suite.
It was good.
But yeah, no, it was good. It was funny. It was lighthearted, you know.
What were you doing? Regenerating?
Bada bing, bada bang.
I love the fact that they kick Cisco out of the game.
You're gone. Do it from the stands. You're out of here.
Which one is it? All the Vulcans look the same. Which one is it? But I think in the cards is
Odo enjoyed it.
creative.
Yeah.
I think the Tribble episode is very cool. They had a lot of fun with the Tribble episode.
I mean, they're lighthearted. They're not so serious. You're not at war with the Klingons or anything like you are. It's like it's
funny though.
Or like the episode where Worf has a hots for Grilka, and Dax is like, "Yo, I'm over here
looking
The
for
whole
Parmok.
episode, Look at me,
Yeah.
I'm right here." Like, what do you see in her anyway? And he just describes.
She's
the
glorious.
He just described her.
So I've heard. She's glorious.
And the best scene is when they walk into the sick bay at the end, and Bashir's like, "What happened to you guys?" He's like, "I don't want that particular image floating around in my head."
Quark is all banged up and
put it all together.
Worf is banged up. Yeah, it's funny.
I really love the theatricality of many guest stars. Like, I know I've brought this up before, but like when an Aberantane shows up, he's almost like he's on stage. Or when Marco Lamo shows up, or John Shuck shows up, they all feel like they're in like a stage production rather than a TV show, and it's so cool.
Star Trek has that way about it's a classical kind of
yeah.
delivery, theater
And
style.
style of
Certain actors just can't do it. Like a soap opera actor couldn't probably do some of the stuff, or even modern day movie actors couldn't handle Star Trek dialogue.
You have to like enjoy that style of acting.
Yeah.
Like Paul Dooley, when he shows up as an Aberantane and he's like, he knows everything about Bashir. There's just the way he delivers the lines.
Information is my business.
Yeah, it's so theatrical. I can't even
Well,
describe.
a lot of it has to do with the fact that you have to act with invisible people.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Because of the elements that are there, like in the TMP, William Shatner was describing how they did the probe scene that came and kidnapped Ilea. They had to react to something that wasn't there.
Oh, wasn't there? Yeah, that's true.
An invisible person. And you have to deliver it convincingly.
But a lot of critics are saying that modern Trek, like Strange New Worlds in particular, they don't speak like Star Trek anymore. They speak like modern people, like our vernacular, 2025 vernacular. Not
And they're not wrong.
And the other thing I hate too is
Contemporary language.
with a lot of modern movies, it's about like like you take Avatar or whatever, and it's all about like using special effects to create aliens. To
And
me,
spectacle.
it's like what makes Star Trek so great was it was just makeup and allowing an actor to act, and that's what gave them their alien personalities. Like as Leonard Nimoy got older, it seemed kind of silly to put pointed ears on an old man, but he still played the character with a certain kind of dignity, even as he got really old.
He did.
So I didn't mind that. But usually it's just like let an actor embody the character, either their humanity or whatever contrast with humanity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what makes Star Trek work. It's not like, oh, let's give this guy green skin and he's got alien features. That's never what it's about. It's about like how their culture and how their personality is similar and different to ours.
Here's a great example of great Star Trek acting. Shatner in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Every single scene he had with Khan.
Yeah.
He
And
had
he was talking to
zero
his script girl.
interaction with Ricardo Montalban. Zero.
They didn't know. They had no scenes
Yeah,
together.
he was
Zero.
reacting to the
True.
script girl reading the lines.
And he had to deliver it as though
But yeah.
Ricardo Montalban really was spitting at him.
Why would they write a movie like that though? All due respect to Nicholas Meyer, why would they do that?
It's all budget.
Because of their schedule.
They couldn't have the two main characters meet in real life in a room
They couldn't do
to
it.
battle it out or something. I mean, like
Montalban had filmed all of his scenes before Shatner even started the film.
I mean, from a production standpoint, I can kind of understand that. But if you're writing a movie, you aren't going to have your main villain and your main protagonist kind of meet in a room somewhere or meet finally.
He's also busy with
But
Fantasy
it was still
Island.
great.
But it was
No,
still
I mean
great.
it worked. It just makes you think, why would they ever write it like that? Like a modern movie, you would never write it like that. They always
Well,
be
modern movie would also have Khan. They'd show how Khan took over the Reliant, but we didn't need to see that. We just he does
that's true.
it. You know, a modern movie would say this is how he did it, and
Yeah.
they'd have a big action scene at like 15 minutes in, showing how he took it over. Just
That's because
purpose of an action
classic
scene.
Trek never talked down to their fans. They never talked down to the audience.
Right. They never felt the need to put an action scene just because every 15, 20 minutes you need an action scene. You know?
Right. You know, people go, "Oh, how did he get there?" Who cares? He got there. Roll with it.
That's like Into
Gonna go
Darkness. The end of the film, the action sequences just went on way too long.
Oh, with that whole with the flying through space, getting on the ship, and then crashing the ship, and then
Yeah, I mean, it just went on, and then the chase, Spock chasing Khan.
Right. Yes, that was
it
after all
just
the main
went
action.
On and on and on and on. It just was.
The pacing sucked in that movie so bad.
Well, the movie was bad to begin with, but
There was that really
It would've
weird
been better
shot
without
where,
Khan.
where the ship was going to crash, and JJ focuses on all the people, and there's this one lady with all these crazy earrings. It was very distracting.
But do you think if they substituted another villain besides Khan, Nooney, and Singh, would that movie have been better for you then?
Gary Mitchell, yes, it would have been better.
Okay.
Harrison, that's who they should have put in.
Because I think there's no reason to put Khan in there. It didn't fit. It didn't make any sense.
no, it didn't.
Forget about the race swapping. We'll leave that alone for a second because it doesn't. It doesn't fit in the story anywhere. It just doesn't make sense.
We should retell the Gary Mitchell story.
I'm okay with that too. We could have done that.
Or a new story. Look at that.
Or what if
Like,
he just
I
was a
like that
rogue? What if he was a rogue agent of Starfleet intelligence that just went rogue?
Yeah.
I'm okay with even that. Yeah.
I like Balthazar Eddington. What is it? Balthazar Edison from
Edison.
the third movie. I
Yeah.
like that. I liked him as a character. And that scene where Kirk confronts him in that little like glass area.
Yeah.
That was a great scene. By the way, those special effects, I know special effects isn't everything. I mean, we old fans, we appreciate just having something that looks like a cave set. But I still love the special effects for Starkiller Bay, or not Starkiller Bay, Yorktown Base. When, you know, those special effects were amazing.
It was logical. I liked it. I know some people didn't. Some people had a problem with it. I didn't.
I just didn't understand it. Like I didn't get it. It was like some kind of biosphere or something. Like they were trying a different way of building a
like the
starbase.
police
I mean,
cars. I like the fact that they had police cars. You
It
know,
was a planet-sized starbase.
they had a dome
that's
or some
planet
kind of
dome.
shield over it or
it
something,
was
right?
pretty
Like
small. It wasn't planet size. It was maybe like, I would say about 4 times the size of New York City, if I had to guess.
That's no moon. That's Yorktown Station.
Yorktown Station, yeah.
But it was cool. It was a cool, cool concept visually.
It was all right. I mean, in my opinion, it was the best of the JJ films.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was my favorite
Or
too.
the Kelvin verse.
I had a problem with the Enterprise at Yorktown. It was a 5-minute docking scene, but a 1-second departure scene.
Yeah. Because they wanted to get moving with the story, I guess.
I'll have to rewatch that one. I know a lot of Star Trek fans saying that's the most Star Trek of the newer movies. I watched it once or twice. I never went back to it again. The other ones, like the Into Darkness and the 2009, I've watched those probably 10 times or more.
One of the things I liked was when the alien woman was talking, they had the universal translator trying to line up to her language, and I was watching it in surround sound, and the English version of what she was saying was coming out of totally different speakers than what she was actually saying. It's
I
pretty
like
cool.
that effect, though. That is awesome.
Yeah.
How they did the UT.
Yeah, that was cool. It takes a minute for the UT to like lock on to what she was saying. It's pretty
I
cool.
mean, it's what we got now, thanks to Star
Yeah.
Trek, but that's
I like
awesome.
the swarm ship idea, the idea that the Enterprise couldn't fight a swarm. That was kind of a cool, different idea.
Yeah.
It's out of the debate why TIE fighters could take out the Enterprise.
Basically, yeah. I liked it. Put it this way: I liked that movie better than any of the sequels that they made for Star Wars. The Star Wars sequel trilogy. I like
Not hard
Star
to do.
Trek Beyond better.
I still like The Force Awakens. I thought it was pretty good.
Force Awakens was decent.
I thought it was
So
going to
you
be really
realized
good
what it
after
was.
that. You're right. I didn't know what it was. You're right. I didn't know exactly what was happening, but I liked it. I had fun watching it. Like, it was good. And I got really excited to see the next one, where you see Luke at the end, and it's like, oh, great, I'm ready now. And then, well, we know what happened.
Ryan Johnson earned his name Ruin Johnson for a good reason.
I just didn't like it because they reset everything, and you don't. All the important events happen off screen between the films. I just didn't like it. I just didn't like Force Awakens.
There was a time jump between A New Hope and Empire, too, a little bit.
But there's so many important events that happen. Like, they just reset the board. It's like, weren't the good guys in power? Why did they let all this stuff happen? How did this First Order form when the good guys are in power? It just, too much happened.
That's interesting.
You have a point, Mercer.
Yeah.
It was too much happened.
I think they gloss over that for general audience reasons. Like, general audience, non-Star Wars nerd people go, they expect to see Star Wars. Empire versus Rebels, and pew-pew, and lasers, and space, and ships, and light swords, and that's what they're expecting to see. So not, okay, how did this entity rise from the ashes of the Empire? Like, people criticize the prequels about that, right? Oh, it's too much political drama and nonsense, and
I think you could find a great balance between the balance.
Yeah.
But
dumbed it down.
Phantom Menace was that.
With the political intrigue and the
They had a nice
Trade
balance.
Federation, and
I don't think it was well balanced.
Yeah.
I think Andor balanced it the best.
No.
You're saying which one balanced the best? The Phantom Menace?
No, Phantom Menace was terrible.
Phantom Menace had a nice balance of
I
pacing,
disagree.
politics, action.
You being serious, or you joking around right now? You being
No, I'm
dead
being
serious?
serious.
Really?
Being serious.
Okay.
Ignore Jar Jar Binks.
And then you have like Finn, like okay, he's a stormtrooper and he feels emotions and he cares about people, and okay, when him and Poe escape, they just kill a bunch of stormtroopers. It just makes no sense, you know. I just, and Rey just kind of gets a feeling, and all of a sudden we get her getting the lightsaber. It's like, oh, that's a great story for another time, and we never find out. I just hated the writing throughout the entire movie. I'm just like, there are some good scenes, but the writing connecting the scenes together was god awful.
It was clunky. Yeah, it was.
You know, it just annoyed me, and Star Killer base. Oh, it's like another base that could destroy planets and it's bigger than anything else. That doesn't make it better or more interesting. You know what I would have done without changing too much? I'll let you. I'm sorry, Jeff. We'll just get this off my chest. They could have kept basically the same story, but instead of having Star Killer base, they just had a base. Meaning, like, okay, Han Solo is still a general, but he goes undercover as a smuggler to find out which systems are loyal to the Republic, to the New Republic, and which systems aren't. And that's when he finds out that there's a whole new faction called, what is it called?
I don't think he could go undercover. He'd be too recognized.
But he's a smuggler. He knows all the smuggling routes, and he knows all the people. You know what I mean? So he could. If they could demote him in this film the way they did it, where he's a smuggler again, they could have written it so that he could act like a smuggler, and he goes back and he discovers what do they call the new faction? The First Order.
Yeah.
So he could have been using the smuggling routes to find out that at the end of the movie there's a new base, and it's not like a big killing base. It's just a base belonging to the First Order, and that lays track for all the future stories. That's how you do a story like The Force Awakens, is you lay track down for future stories.
I think thanks to Star Trek Generations, the whole idea that you need a mega base to destroy a planet is stupid.
Yeah.
One torpedo into a sun with the right amount of MacGuffin.
Yeah. That's
Goodbye,
true.
solar system.
You're right.
Game over. Who needs a base?
Yeah.
Or those what a drop red matter. What the hell is red matter?
Yeah. That's interesting.
Like I said, I just didn't like the movie. I
Talk
mean, the
to on a
scenes are
planet
fine.
goes bye-bye with
The scenes are fine. I just didn't like the movie. I didn't like the structure of the movie.
I think the problem with the sequels was that there was no plan to it.
Yeah.
Message. It was all message and no plan.
Yeah. But was there a plan? And then I'm sure JJ, when he did the first one, they had to craft what they would like to see in the first, second, and third one a little bit. And what seeds they would plant in the first episode. I mean, the first, sequel movie. There had to have been some kind of sketch. But then somebody came in, whether it be Ryan Johnson or whoever, and just erased that sketch. Says, okay, yeah, we gave you this one, but we're gonna undo everything right now for the second act. It was strange. It didn't make sense almost. And then the third one, what was it? The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, that was the
second one.
Last Jedi was
The
the second
Skywalker one was the other one, right? The Rise
of Skywalker.
That one's they were trying to fix.
Skywalker. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. They were trying to fix what happened in the second one, and then I don't know.
No, they went off the rails.
Yeah, it was very hard to watch, and I think Adam Driver was good. They could have been good. He could have been really good, and I think they cast it pretty good. Ray was she was okay.
Well, all of those movies are forgettable.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they're unforgettable with how bad they are. I mean, they're not going to be remembered in 20 or 30 years like the original trilogy is remembered today. It's not.
Well, also, our culture is different. Back then, though, we didn't have streaming shows. Special effects were still being developed. So when the original Star Wars came out, it was like changed pop culture overnight. The characters were what do they call that? They're like begins with an A. I can't think of the word. They're like familiar, yet new. They're can't think of the word for it. Like Darth Vader was a great villain. Everybody could recognize the characters, even though they're all new. They were, this. It just felt
allegoric.
Right. No, archetypes. They were archetypes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they used the hero as an archetype, the villain, the character on the side of the road that you don't know is very knowledgeable, but that's Yoda. You know what I mean? They're very the smuggler, or they used archetypes very well. They had special effects that just used so many different techniques, but it was the first time they used sound design, where the whole movie was designed from the ground up in terms of how it sounded. It still blows me away the way the ship sounded in that first movie. Just the models, the scope of it. When you hear the music picking up as the Falcon is being pulled into the Death Star's tractor beam, it just there's a certain feeling of adventure that is unlike anything else that was coming out at the time, and it changed pop culture overnight.
When Disney purchased, and I heard the news that they were making the Star Wars movies, the sequels, I was excited. When I heard that they were going to do a whole new line of side quests, like Rogue One and Solo and all these other side quest stories, I was heartbroken. Star Wars was something special. I remember, and I tell the story all the time, when Phantom Menace was coming out, it was such a huge event that my high school, actually gave me an excused absence to go and sit for tickets. And I also took orders because I worked at the movie theater. I took orders for orders of money for school staff, like the principal and stuff. They wanted tickets, and it was me and a couple of other guys from my high school that worked the movie theater. So they knew it, and they called us in the office and gave us money to go get tickets. Star Wars movies were that special, and when Disney got a hold of it, I was afraid that Star Wars releases were no longer going to be a special event. They were no longer going to be the coming of age events that they were when they were released. Lo and behold, they're definitely not. And Star Wars was ruined by Disney because of that. Star Wars releases were always something special, especially for my generation, where I was born after Return of the Jedi was already on VHS.
Right.
Right. So I never got to see the original Star Wars in the movie theater. I didn't even see it when it was re-released in the movie theater.
The special editions, you didn't go for those?
I think I might have gotten to the special editions. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
They released them in the late 90s, right? Didn't they?
Mid late 90s.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see it.
I think 96, 97, 98.
Yep.
You know what story always amazes me?
But
sorry.
Hang on, Mercer. Yeah, but I did go see the Phantom Menace, and that movie's really special to me. I don't care how bad it is. I like that movie.
I totally get you. What I was going to say was that one of the stories I like to hear is that a lot of the people that worked on the first Star Wars film, when they went to the premiere, even though they had their own little job to do, they were blown away because they didn't know how what they did would fit. It's like, who worked on this? I was blown away because they might have worked on a model, but they didn't know what it was going to sound like or what the music was going to be like or how it was going to fit. So they were just all blown away. People were coming up and asking autographs from model makers, people that had been, people that you'd never think to ask autographs from, but it was just everything about it. The model work, the stop motion work, the blue screen, the compositing, everything was just so, they just took everything and they pushed it as forward as much as they could to create Star Wars. It was just, it was like, we can't do this movie for another 5 years, but we're going to do it anyway. Yeah, that's kind of the way they approached it. It's like, we're going to do this, even though we're 5 years. In 5 years, we'll have the ability to actually do it, and they pushed it forward. You know what I mean?
I went to a showing of the Phantom Menace, and I think, actually, it was the first one. It was the premiere. The premiere, not the premiere of the movie itself, but the premiere at the movie theater I worked at, where the 20th Century Fox played, the fanfare played, a long time ago, Galaxy Far, Far Away, and then boom, the Star Wars logo and the theme appears. Everybody was on their feet cheering. They didn't, and they gave the movie a standing ovation after the end. They didn't care with what they saw was garbage or not. It was the fact that it was the first time in X amount of decades that a brand new Star Wars movie had come. And what was really
16 years.
Yep. Was really disappointing. I took my youngest son to go see the opening of the JJ one, Force Awakens.
Okay.
It wasn't that impactful. And
yeah, it's the first one. Yeah.
My son fell asleep during that movie.
Oh wow.
And he likes action stuff. That tells me a lot. And I kind of like that movie too, and I was trying to make excuses for it and this and that. And
you mean the Force Awakens? Which one are you talking about? Okay, yeah.
Force Awakens. I was enjoying the conversations about who Rey is. Everything is just so, all the conversations made more sense than the actual thing that happened. And then like 6 more movies came out, and all those TV shows now. It's just like I hear another thing about Star Wars and I roll my eyes. I'm like, oh gosh, here we go again.
Yeah, it's like
nobody's asking.
Yeah.
I heard that Skeleton Crew is actually much better than I thought it would be. I haven't watched a single frame of it except for the trailers. So eventually I'm going to give it a try. But I can't wait for Andor season 2.
There was a video where the guy, I forgot the name of the channel. He's mainly a Star Trek channel, but he said he watched most of the Skeleton Crew. And he said this, he goes, where have I seen this story before? And he's ranting about the characters and everything. And the poster for Star Trek Prodigy is fading into the forward part of the frame. It's like, this sounds very familiar. Where is it from? So Star Wars ripped off Star Trek with Skeleton Crew, allegedly. So if you've seen Prodigy, you've seen Skeleton Crew. And I won't see Skeleton Crew.
But what you guys were talking earlier about how they could, it's difficult to mix the politics of Star Wars with the action adventure. I think Andor did that pretty well. There's a lot of scenes with Mon Mothma, and she's playing the political game. She's basically a Garfleet, which is somebody that just is talking about the right stuff, but everybody's ignoring what she's saying. And she's just doing it so that she could actually do something else. There's a lot of interesting. They actually had somebody write good dialogue scenes for the politics in Andor, especially when she gets her friend to go along with what she wants to do. She's like, just keep smiling. And there's this great scene where they have to keep smiling as they're talking in secret. It's pretty funny.
Eric says Prodigy ripped off animated Star Wars.
My throat is starting to hurt, so I might take a bow early, because even though I'm getting better, I still have my voice is still being repaired from all the starting to hurt again. So I'm probably gonna have to bow out.
Well, you are sounding much better, though.
Yeah, it's just I was really sick for a long time, so the voice is still a little rough. But thank you, and I appreciate all your support and patience, everything. I really do. It means a lot. I don't have a lot of friends.
With you, man.
What's that?
It was good to play with you tonight.
Oh yeah, it was great. Even though I didn't do as well as I hoped, I enjoyed being part of it. Man, those are just really tough questions tonight.
Keeps us on our toes, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And I was gonna say that maybe John is gonna put all the harder questions at the beginning, like 200, 400s, because everybody waits till the end to pick those. So
No, that's what Omni does.
I do that, and it creates riots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the mostly peaceful kind.
They go berserk. You told me to do that, Tokyo. That was your advice, and I like it.
Which one?
To mix it up a little bit. To put the harder questions up the top and mix up the Daily Double a little bit. Keep them on their toes.
Oh yeah. You put the easiest 500 Daily Double as the maximum price, or put the Daily Double at the 100. Lower false sense of security. Well, Daily Double 100. So this is going to be easy. I'm going to bet it all, and it's like the most difficult question you could ever think of in existence. Good luck.
I like the visual ones too. Those are fun.
Yeah, I love those. The sandwiches, soup.
Right.
Yeah. By the way, going back to Star Wars, there's one more thing I wanted to say about Star Wars. Chewbacca was always my favorite character in the originals because he was like the Greek chorus. Like how he feels is how we should feel. Like if he's frustrated, then we should be frustrated. If he's sad, we should be sad. His character always seemed to be like the chorus, like the Greek chorus.
I just can't smile without you. Those were some of the you were just saying some of the lyrics to that song.
Anyway, I'm going to probably get back to watching some reruns tonight and tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe I'll dig into disc 2.
You got some good ones on that one. Episode 9's a good one.
By the way, I took all the discs. I took all the discs out of the cases that they gave me and put them all into its own little Velcro folder that I have.
Yeah, because they're stacked in a weird way. It's like this, one disc on top of the other. It's a strange way that they're stacked. I know it's not pleasant.
The DVD is different than the Blu-ray. They're all in little envelopes. They're all in little envelopes.
Oh, okay.
But I hated that, so I just put them all in my little Velcro folder just for Knight Rider.
Yep.
So I just go one to the next one, to the next one, and I just
gonna get good.
I just labeled the entire thing Knight Rider. It might take me a while, but I am gonna get through it.
It's good. I mean, we could do a recap. Maybe when you get through with half of season 1 or something, we can circle back and talk about them. Yeah.
I feel honored to actually be talking to you about Knight Rider.
It's been a passion of mine for a good part of my life, and I love it.
You even asked me.
Yeah, and if you ever want to come down and see Kit, just let me know, and you can help me. You can help me work on it. Help me get it back to life. I'll tell you, it's
and no Kit bashing.
I love
no
that.
Kit bash.
With rocks.
But you're not far away, so just let me know if you ever want to come down.
Well, probably under 2 hours from where you live.
Yeah, it's not that. Well, no, I keep Kit in a garage in Somerset County, New Jersey, so
Okay.
it's not that far from Pennsylvania, actually.
Okay, I'm in Monroe County, Pennsylvania. So
Okay.
So right
Yes.
near like
Across the
Taylor
state.
Water Gap, right near like Hackett's to Warren County.
Yeah. You would take 78 down to 287.
Okay.
That's what you would do.
I do that all the time.
Yep.
So, Bridgewater,
And then-
I go past Bridgewater. I go
Exactly. It's actually very near Bridgewater. I keep it very, very close to Bridgewater.
Very
Yes.
cool. And
So
sometimes
unfortunately, that area floods though. In case anyone's wondering, so don't keep a very expensive,
So I used to go to
show
Brick-
car in a garage in a flood zone.
I used to go to Brick a lot because my friend used to live in Brick. He
That's
eventually-
near where Tokyo's from. That's his neck of the woods. That's
Yeah, Brick is right up Route 9.
yeah.
I thought
Wait,
you were
Brick is
Tokyo.
up Route 9? Brick
You
is
live,
down.
you live in New
up,
Jersey?
right?
You live in
From
New
Toms
Jersey?
River? Yeah, I grew up in Toms River.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my friend lived there until a couple of years ago, and he sold his house that was in Brick, and now he just lives as a nomad, a coding nomad, I think they call him. where he goes to different countries, stays at B&Bs, and just does coding. That's his job. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And I have a friend that lives. I told you about them. They live in Browns Mills. The guy that worked on the Dukes of Hazzard car.
I know he goes by the name of the Jersey General. I've met him at a few shows. He's a really good guy.
Yeah, his name is actually
What's his
Jimmy.
Jimmy? I think I have his number
Yeah.
somewhere. Nice guy. We all go to the same shows together. You know, they'd invite us all. The 18 guy and the.
He showed me his garage where he had the Roscoe cop car.
Yeah, he had
and
the cop car, too.
Lee. This is a long time. He's had some issues the last couple of years, but he's getting better. So
People were doing some nasty things to that car. I think it's shameful what they would do because of what's on the roof, and
right.
you know it's
don't
a
get into
sad
that.
it's part of history, television history at the very least, and
Right.
you know I don't know.
get into that stuff. To me, it's like it's part of my childhood. You know.
I wasn't born that. I wasn't raised that way in my mind, and but people just get stuck on their
It was
things,
just
and
the
then
Duke boys, like their way of saying we're our own. You know, we're just kind of nonconformists.
right.
You know?
Oh,
Right.
yeah, it's dust in the wind.
But I guess they got new Duke boys at some point during the show, and they recast them or had cousins or something.
That was in the later seasons. I'm not I'm not as big on Dukes as I am in Knight Rider, Airwolf, and the other ones. But I mean, yeah, I think the cousins or something came on board. They were younger, and they had
There's contract disputes with the stars.
Snyder and what was the other guy's name? I forget. And
then Battlestar Galactica went to Earth, and they were riding around on motorcycles.
Wompat, whatever his name is, Tom Wopat.
It's amazing how cheesy shows could start off so awesome, and they get so cheesy so fast.
Yeah. Well, actually, talking about Airwolf, the season 4 was also a reboot. They moved the whole show to Canada. So originally, seasons 1, 2, and 3 were shot in L.A. It had Jan Michael Vincent and Borgnine. They all got canned, and they moved the show up to Vancouver, which was getting popular in the late 80s to shoot television shows. It was cheaper up there to do it, like the X-Files and what was it?
What about
In the Heat of the
Thunder?
Night, and you know a lot of them.
What about Blue Thunder? Didn't they make a TV show out of that?
I think
it
so.
did.
Yeah,
It didn't last long.
right.
I remember I used to love that thing. That helicopter quite.
I like the movie. I don't remember seeing the show. I remember the movie with Roy Scheider. Right, it was pretty good.
Yeah, and it had that cool gun in the front, that little
Yeah.
a minigun in the front.
It was. I listen. I don't knock Blue Thunder. Obviously, it's a cool movie. I think the Airwolf was better. You know, but
Hey guys, let me interrupt for just a second. I just want to say thank you, John, for the stream and for the games. Jeff, awesome hosting, guys. It was awesome playing with you guys. I'm signing off.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign off too.
And I will talk to you guys next time. And
Thanks for
whenever
joining
that
us.
is.
we miss you. It's good having you back, even though it's because you're sick. It's good
It's
having you
temporary.
back. I know.
Yeah,
We know.
it's temporary.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll see you
That's
guys
good.
out there somewhere.
Glad you could join us.
You still owe
Hope
me
you
a
feel
date with
better.
RoboCop. Just
We
letting
do.
you know.
Before
Yeah.
I go,
Robo
Omni,
coming, I think.
before I go, Omni, you got to watch
you guys.
the
Take care,
beginning.
brother.
See you later.
See you later. Before I go, Omni, you got to watch at least the first few minutes of Remo Williams.
Is it streaming anywhere? I mean, I'll do it. I just don't know.
It's on. I believe it's on Amazon Prime.
Is it on Prime? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
You know, Kate Mulgrew doesn't appear until the third act of the film, but the beginning scenes will be very Knight Rider like.
They just ripped it right off, huh? The whole thing.
Basically, like I said, he's a cop, and they quote kill him, and then they change his face. And yeah,
Was it the Adventure Begins? Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins.
The
Okay.
Adventure Begins, yeah.
It says it's on Prime Video. Okay, I can add that to my list.
Just watch it. You might actually want to watch the whole thing, but definitely watch the beginning. I'm actually going to watch it when I go to sleep now that I'm talking about it. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Good stuff.
But yeah, you know, I'm pretty close by, so we'll
yeah.
Me and Kristen want to do stuff, you know, in the coming months. I think she wants to go to more conventions too.
Yeah, just let me know. That'll be fun. And yeah, if you want to come down and help me work on Kit, let me know. You're welcome to do so. I'll show you everything. A lot of memorabilia. I got a lot of memorabilia down there. I got a lot of stuff and a lot of things.
I'd love to help in any way I could. By the way, she feels more comfortable dressing up in costumes than she does as a regular.
Well, then she can dress as Bonnie if she comes to visit us and work on Kit. That's fine.
Right, but the point is that it's interesting the way she is.
No, she's a sweetheart, man. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Say hello.
Will do. Well, good night, guys. Thanks, John. Thanks, Jeff.
Good night, Mercer. Thanks for joining us.
Take care.
Have a good night, Mercer.
Let me know
Feel
what you
better.
think of that movie. Let me know what you think of that movie, Omni.
I will. I'm gonna
beginning
add
of
it to
it.
my list right now. I'm gonna check it out.
Cool. All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Night.
Guess that's it.
And that's probably a good place to start winding down the stream.
Yeah.
Days.
There's nobody left. It's just us. Just us Galiforms.
So as far as I know, my schedule is still free, so we can do Jeopardy at our usual time next Saturday.
That's good. I
Sounds
may have a
good.
holiday party to go to. I'll let you know. But if I can't,
A
make it.
holiday party.
Actually,
January?
it's a
Middle of January.
it's technically an inauguration party, holiday party combination thing. So I'll let you know. But a friend of mine works for Fox News, and she throws this bash every year. So I may have to go. I'll let you know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a big
Paramount and Fox News.
It's this evil empire, right? We're just merging together. Collusion. She's a friend. I'm probably gonna go. I'll let you know if I can make it or can't make it.
And Professor, you said, as far as you know, you're doing Babylon 5 on Monday.
Yes. I talked to Matthew earlier this week, and he said he should be available for Babylon 5 this coming Monday.
Which episode is it?
It's Knives.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
So that should be January the 6th at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central Matthew time.
That is a good one.
His channel.
John, you're going to like this one a lot, actually. It's good. It's
Awesome.
very good. Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
And we hope to see you all next week for the next edition of Jeopardy.
Take care, everyone.
Justice for Tupix.
It was served.